Welcome everyone to Nordmark. It's the milestone mission. We've got something a bit unusual for this one. We've got a long journey, and we are actually going there and back again for once. So the party have had to prepare, and prepare they have. They have, you know, they've prepared really well. I think this is going to go fine. We're probably not going to have another character death. We might. So I think let's just crack on. We don't have any like previously on. So let's start with the main order of business, which is who the fuck's playing. So I'm going to go from left to right. And let's introduce the characters, because we got one new one today. So let's start with that one. Let's start with Bree. Tell us about your character.
Okay, so my new character is Hazel Hayes. What's her surname? I remember things.
Beats me.
Delever. Mysterious adventurer from out of town. She's just rolled in. She's an artificer. Her basically her artificer spells are all through magical artifacts she's found and sort of hacked together. And that's all you're going to know about her for now.
Very good, very good. Next we go over to Ben Newburn, who's playing old favorite Aegis. Tell us about Aegis for a bit.
Aegis is an old dwarf. He's been in Airedale for the past 200 odd years, raising his family of 21 children with his lovely wife Frida. And he's had a couple of bad runs with adventures with this party in the past, so he's had a bit of a break, and he's done up his forge because he's the town blacksmith, and now he's thirsty for adventure again, because he spent a few weeks hard at work making that forge all bright new and spangly, and now he's seen a group going out to adventure and just hopped on the back of them. Yeah, he's he no, I'm not saying. Sorry, no, I gotta get it out of my head. He's been hard for a week and now he's thirsty again. Okay.
How do you do this?
Setting the tone.
Over to Envis we've got Imp. No, Amity. No. Imp. Wait.
Nope. Impenitent Monarch. It was going to be Amity.
Amity's
however, yeah. I'm currently fighting a big dead tree thing and stealing a ring. Anyway, Impenitent Monarch, criminal extraordinaire, soon to be underground ruler of Airedale and the surrounding area. Are we going through downtime now, or saving that for?
Well, I'll introduce a one in first.
Okay, introductions first, but yes, that's basically the lowdown of Imp.
Yep, and last but certainly not least, we have Super Talia DX with a one in. Talia, tell us about a one in.
There's not really much to say about a one in, is there?
No distinguishing
just a
features
simple
whatsoever.
fisher talk. Yeah, none at all. Just you know, here to catch a good fish, and maybe start a fishing empire that, you know, overthrows Imp.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because Imp's going for an underground empire, but you know what's under that? Water.
Exactly.
Because all of the land
Plus,
masses
what else are they gonna
in
eat,
Aetos are floating, apparently. I don't know. Probably. Okay, yeah. So the other thing we've had a fair bit of downtime. So I'll go from left to right and just describe basically how it went. You've all rolled for it so far. But yeah, describe what you did and how you went. So starting first of all with Hayes.
Okay, so Hayes is obviously new in town. I just realised I forgot to describe her, and obviously I'm using the tassel icon for this. So just to get that out of the way, she's tall, skinny, her hair's sort of a light purple, and she keeps in a tight braid that's just covering the tops of her hair. She wears sort of red smoked glasses that, but if you peek behind them, you can just about see she's got red eyes. And her obviously her gear's just all over her, out, just sort of pouches and all sorts, just with different gadgets in them. Mm-hmm. And what she's been doing is just cruising to get to know the town.
Exactly. And how did that go?
Yes, I believe there was a bit of a complication in that she made some contacts, but I think she's picked up her embarrassing nickname.
Yes, and we'll get to that in a second. Over to Aegis. Aegis, what have you been up to?
Well, as I said, he's been doing up the forge, so that he spent a good 3 weeks working on that, and he's had the help of literally half of the town. He's had a mason, a carpenter, 2 blacksmiths, and yeah, it's been, as we said, hard at work for 3 weeks, and decided actually to forego having any rest and go straight into adventure. So he's got a complication of a level of exhaustion, which is going to be fun.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm sure we won't need that while we're traveling anyway. It's fine.
You don't need to make any ability checks. This is a pure narrative game. It's not Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Over to Imp.
Over the last week, Impenitent has been took a translator to the local dryad in the forest just east of us, and has negotiated their way into a pound of live wood, which is the wood that's soul bound to a dryad because they're born from it, live in it, what have you. There were some side effects to achieving this, however, in that when they took the live wood, part of it attached to the hand that grabbed it, and now Imp has a plant hand thing.
Oh yeah.
Just literally just vines that have attached themselves, wrapped around, covered a couple of fingers. Interestingly, they seem to have a thin vein of silver running up and through it, like similar to how when plants that have drunk food coloring gain the extra just throughout as it spreads. Whereas the thicker chunks near the skin have got an almost ceramic looking white creamy texture to them. So it's a bit of a strange one.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Moisturize.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to moisturize. That's what you need to do.
Moisturize your vines.
And last and certainly not least again, we go to a 1 in a 1. And what have you been up to?
Well, it's been a while since the one has been out. So, before the last couple of quests happened, the one and helped Tattle research the dinosaur bones, and something happened. Guess we'll find out what that is. And then spent, a week fishing for some money, then a week fishing to, preserve a bunch of fish to turn into rations, and then hung out at the temple to get Petrichor's favor, which went swimmingly.
Aha.
Hey.
Nice. Yeah, so going back to that initial complication that Hayes has come into while carousing, the 4 of you first of all, Hayes has decided to meet the locals, having only recently arrived in Airedale, not been here as long as some of the others, certainly not as long as Aegis. Is having a good time, having a few drinks out, and the rest of you at some point have decided to, investigate this new person, see what they're like, see if they're worth, betting your life on in a life and death situation, as you so often do as adventurers. Unfortunately, one drink leads to another, and even for the ones who don't typically go all out when they go out, yes, you found yourselves, several pints deep, hanging upside down from timbers in the tavern and singing songs like My Old Man's a Kobold. Can I get a Constitution saving throw from each of you, please?
Ooh. Oh dear.
And by the way, the lyrics to My Old Man's a Kobold are, My old man's a kobold, he's got a kobold snout, but he can still make mum blush when he whips it out. I made that up in the shower earlier.
Beautiful.
Please keep Nick out of the shower.
Where is my D20?
Did you say a saving throw?
Yes, Constitution saving throw. If you have special feature that lets you do bonuses to Constitution saving throws for poison, which Aegis you will as a dwarf, you do get advantage on this. It is to avoid poison.
21.
21, very nice, Imp.
I got the same on both rolls, and I got a 7.
15.
12 total.
12, 15. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay, so Imp, I'm going to send you something on Discord.
Concerned.
And I just want you to read this. Don't read it out, but yeah.
Okay, my laptop is having a little bit of a problem, so this might take me moments to load.
Okay, so you all awaken in the Airedale jail after a long night out, and you've all got, you know, like big headaches. You can't remember anything of the night before. The only person who can is Imp. Imp, you can remember a few things. But yeah, you're all just in the cell. It's not locked or anything. It looks like you've been put there really for your own protection more so than anything. Cladus isn't there, and the door's just open, so you can get up and leave whenever you'd like. Is there anything you would like to say to each other before you get up and go?
What happened?
Morning, everyone. Morning, everyone.
Frida's
That's
gonna
completely
kill me.
canon, by the way. That the imp is just sniggering.
Frida is not going to be happy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been here for like 10 years.
Didn't you bail us out last time?
Yeah, this is
Are we in jail?
embarrassing.
I really should speak to Frida. I need to know if that noise you make is usual, or was it especially for us?
It depends how many beers I had last night. I don't recall.
Well, the day is a wasting. So, everyone, butt trumpet, let's get ourselves moving. We have business to attend to.
Why are you so chirpy?
Like jumping.
Butt trumpet. You know, that one's gonna stick. The entire town's gonna be calling you that forever.
Who
I
might this
love it.
butt trumpets be?
You really don't. It's Aegis. Funny because he's a dwarf, but apparently, you know, the meat does things to him.
I'm going to ask you to reread your DMs. It is absolutely Hayes who has the nickname Butt Trumpet.
Okay, it's Hayes, not Aegis. Everything that I just said, but it Hayes was butt trumpet.
It's like this when I tell them.
And you hear the clink of metal on cobbles as in comes Cletus Fairberg Jr. And he goes, "Oh, God, it stinks in here. Did none of you brush your teeth before passing? I suppose you didn't have... get out of here before you stink it up anymore. I'm going to have to light some lavender or something around. Is that what you do with lavender? I have to tan
To
some
be fair,
horse jerky."
Cletus, that would have, us having something to be hygienic with would have meant you doing your job. So,
My job
Yeah.
is to keep you all
Toodles.
safe and get out of here. So yeah, the four of you step out into the bright light of day. It's obnoxiously bright. Your heads are pounding. But you've just remembered that actually you agreed to all go and have a look at this letter that had been sent to you. Each of you had gotten a copy of it, and it had been brought up during the drinking, and the memory's sort of coming back now, that actually while drunk, you'd agreed to just go today. And you kind of have all the stuff ready, and it's time to go. So
Let me get my barrel.
I've put you on an updated version of the map. So this map actually has fog of war over the tiles, so that I can reveal it as you go. And yeah, you're in Airedale. Let's go through the journey. So first things first, we're going to need to set a travel pace. You know that you need to go south, but you do not know how far. You just know it's far. What's the plan?
Wait, before we head off, did we decide for or against taking the cartographer?
Leave
I
that
don't
to you.
think it was decided, which means I think we should probably lean to against because it's not ours. It's not our favor, so.
Fair.
Fair.
You can leave it behind. I'm sure you'll be fine. How lost
Yeah,
can you
it'll
get?
be We have a ranger with us. This is what they're good at.
That's a good point.
Anyway, you turn
Yeah,
around
fine.
and Airedale is no longer there. You've accidentally headed north and you're in the ice flows of the wicked cold north. No, you're fine.
That was quick. Should travel
It
like
would
this
be a
more.
great time.
So what we need is travel pace and what you're doing while you're traveling, basically. As a reminder, you've got fast, slow, or normal. If you go fast, you can't forage, you can't hunt, you can't use stealth, you can't track, you can't draw a map while you're going, and your your perception and passive perception are at disadvantage. But you go fast. Normal speed, you can do all of it except stealth. Slow pace, you can go sneaky, so that, you know, if you enter a combat encounter, you're usually hidden. You usually have the upper hand. So what would you like to do?
I vote normal pace.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
same.
Slow and steady. We don't know how far we're going, so
It means that a one-in can forage, which is
Yeah.
particularly important because we don't know the distance, so we want our rations to last.
That's true. You've got to
Yeah.
worry about food and water now.
no, a whole barrel of that stuff will be fine.
And you've got a barrel of water,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I do find hilarious, but yeah. So yeah.
Hmm.
Are we heading directly south over the bridge?
Sure.
I would.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have 9 tokens to you. I'm going to let you lot track the tokens now, but I will tell you how much each one costs. So going over the bridge, because you've got a road here, it's just 2 tokens. So subtract that from your 9, and we're next. You don't get an encounter here because this is a completed tile, as we know. So the more of these tiles around here that you complete, the more sort of safe roads you start getting.
Frida
Look,
was saying
vintage
she wants
home.
to go up this place. So,
Oh yeah, vintage sniffs at the. It's no longer so much wreckage; it's starting to be rebuilt, I guess. But vintage sort of sniffs at it and goes.
Yeah, Frida wants to do this place up, make a wee winery again. Mostly so she can drink the wine.
You don't want to make
A
one
wee
out of wee.
winery?
Yeah.
Note to self: amend this plan.
Okay, where next? Yeah, which token, or which
Uh,
tile even?
Follow the river south, I think.
So this one.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that'll be the one. I've got. I can do that.
Yep, you can do it. You can move. You can also move the token if you want. Like it's all up to you. So that's planes again. So that's another 3 tokens to take off. So you've got
Yep.
4 left.
So,
And something happens in this one. Something happens in this one.
da, da, da.
So you crest a small hill. This isn't like hills terrain, but it's, you know, it's just a light sloping hill. And you see there are 3 cows. And they see you as you're approaching, and one of them goes "Roar," and looks at you and starts approaching pretty fast. Like not like charging, but like a fair sort of a canter. Can horses? I don't know if cows can canter, but it's doing it somehow.
These ones, yeah.
Yeah, these ones can, and they're coming up and approaching you pretty quickly. How do you react to this? How do you feel about this?
Can I do some sort of check to see if that's a normal behavior for a cow?
Yeah, you can do a nature check for that.
Suddenly wishing we had a tattle.
Yeah, intelligence nature would do it.
Yep. Let me just double check my character sheet. Do I have? No, I don't.
Not that I'm going to use it, but I do have animal friendship.
That's 23.
23. This is a bit unusual for a wild, like reasonably wild cow. Maybe it's had some positive experience with humanoids recently, and it's just assuming you're all friendly now.
Good thing none of us is a goblin.
I don't know what you mean, and nor do you.
Can I pat the cow?
Of course, you reach out, pat the cow, and it goes.
I am rather suspicious, and I'm going to step the direction that they came from, looking for something. I don't
Okay.
even know what, because they're just acting weird. I just want to have my eye out and
Sure, roll
You
me
reckon?
a perception check then, as you're doing a bit of a searching.
flat 17.
Okay, flat 17. You can see some signs of battle here. There has been some kind of combat here. You
been
can
a
see
scuffle.
scratches in the ground, yeah, scuff marks, and tread and that sort of thing. Most of it's been like rained away, but you can just see the occasional like scratch of where a sword has hit the ground and that sort of thing. And there's a couple of bits where the grass is like
question for you.
burnt with radiant light.
Do we know that the other party left recently?
You know, the other party aren't at home, so presumably, yeah.
So would Imp perhaps, after maybe talking with Tattle at some point, because you know they're friends, they stay in touch, be aware that they were heading south?
Yeah, I reckon
deal
so.
with-
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that seems simple enough to put together. I just go back to the others and be like, yeah, the cows are just being friendly because the weirdo druid that I call a friend has been nice to them, I reckon.
Druid? How fascinating.
Certainly a theory.
Yeah. Onwards. I don't think there's going to be anything else interesting here, to be honest. It's just cows. There was a fight, and now it's gone on.
Okay, where next?
Follow the river south, I think. I'm inclined to say here, unless somebody disagrees.
Yep. Follow the wet brick road.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Which takes
So
them to one.
that's the last of the plains. I'm counting that as this time around. I think I counted the swamp last time, but I'm counting it as plains this time.
I mean, it's half and half. It can be whatever.
Yeah, so that's another 3 tokens. So I think you're coming up to the end of your day, but you've still got a couple of tokens left. And yeah, the sun is starting to set, and you're sort of entering into a swampier area. It's a little bit, it's very wet, it's very marshy. And let's see. Yes, I think so. I think so. No one said that when they were leaving they were keeping watch, so I'm going to pick a random one of you, because I assume one of you is going to be keeping watch.
Yes.
And I reckon
Question, were we moving at fast pace?
you're doing normal.
Normal.
Okay, never mind.
So I'm just going to roll a d4 and literally like pick from left to right. So that's a 3, so that's going to be Imp. Can you give me a perception check?
16.
16. Okay, there's something on the water. Looks to be a sort of ramshackle boat heading towards you. With a 16, you can't really see what's in the boat, but it's about 200 feet away and it's approaching down the river.
Okay.
The river is sort of flowing towards you from where they are. So they're coming down the river. They're not necessarily like sailing up it or anything.
I absolutely let everybody know immediately. I'm going to have my crossbow ready. I don't really have... Oh, wait, hold up. Let me just have a quick look at my... No, I haven't got a grappling hook yet. That would have been convenient. There's a boat on its own, which is a little bit unusual. Might have something in it, though. If somebody fell out and drowned, then we can have their stuff. Anybody got any way of pulling it to us?
Only got little arms.
Yeah, that's true.
Would
Is anyone
shape
really good-
water be able to like move it towards the shore, just like deflect its trajectory a little bit?
What does shape water let you do?
In this case, instantaneously move or otherwise change the flow of water as you direct up to 5 feet in any direction.
I mean, yeah, it sounds
This
like that
movement
would
doesn't
work.
have
Yeah,
enough force to cause damage.
yeah that sounds like that would work.
Well, the one in kind of gestures as like a mime pulling the boat in,
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
and the boat just kind of gently starts drifting towards us.
Okay.
All right, then. Aegis,
And-
let's pull it up.
Okay, and as the boat starts moving towards the edge of the river, that's when out of a pile of cloths inside jump 3 goblins. Roll
Did I say
initiative,
I have my
please.
crossbow out?
Not
You
goblins
do?
again.
I do. Okay, cool.
Oh yes, goblins again. We don't have a combat map for this one, but if you absolutely must have one, I can bring one up. This is intended to be quite a short combat encounter.
Hate goblins.
Okay, so my rolls at the moment are just being godlike. 21.
Nice. Nice.
Do they look like they're related to the goblins that we saw in that forest on the very first quest?
They might be.
I'm still looking for that 5th one.
That's 16 for me.
16. Don't forget to update your
Well, yeah, the initiative.
Oh, yeah.
Your initiative tracker.
I'm not in the initiative tracker.
Neither.
Oh yeah, let me add some tokens just randomly on this for now. But you know what? If I'm doing that, let's just give you a map.
Yeah, it says to open
gonna
a
be
Steam.
easier.
So I don't
Yeah.
think tokens will do it because we
Ooh.
already have a token.
A 1 in's huge. Jeez.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got a couple
Yes.
of river maps, so let me get you on a river.
I wouldn't
God
have such a
carries
nice
the
hand.
world.
Didn't you say these hexes are like 8 miles across? A 1 in.
There you go.
Nice. Ooh, I like that one.
Hello
pretty.
there.
Okay.
This looks like a Fire Emblem map.
Do
Some
not
tokens
trust that
out.
bridge.
I'm not
Hey,
like
you also
placing
die.
you, so put yourself wherever you want on this side of the river and
Oh, I need to zoom in.
whatever you like. I will put the goblins down. I don't have a little boat token, but I'll just put 3 goblins next to each other and they'll just keep moving with each other.
Whereabouts is my token?
Convinced I went
Uh,
and climbed up on this rock to do the thing.
I
Where are
don't
you?
in to have good eyes and to be ready to grab it at the first opportunity.
Oh, there we go.
Wait, did you say the goblins were in the boat?
Yep, they're in a little makeshift
Oh,
boat.
they're up there. Okay, then in which case I'd be up with Aegis.
Add them to initiative and let me roll initiative
Oh,
for some
they're there.
gobbos.
So they're in the boat that me and Imp were just about to pull in.
Yep.
So we should be
This
able to pull them.
embankment, is it rocky or mud?
That is more mud. Yeah, that's
Mud,
mud.
it is mud,
That's
okay.
mud. Right. So they have a modifier to initiative of 2, which means that first one's at 22. The second one is not
I need to.
at 22, and the third one, oh, is it 22 again? What a time to waste the natural 20s.
Oops.
What did I roll again?
I'm still not in the initiative.
Yeah, neither.
Yeah, let me
none
have
of
a
us.
roll.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Feel free to update yourself.
Aha.
Aegis always rolls trash on initiative. It's
Yeah.
+3 to
It's
it.
them little legs.
Yeah, true.
Wait, do I have a bow?
Yeah, I'm still not in initiative either.
A 1 and you're at the bottom of the initiative order.
Okay, I rolled a
now,
21, but I can't. Yeah, I can't
I'll do
edit it.
for you. I can do
You
it.
can't
for
edit. Oh, that's weird.
Thank you.
Cool.
I can't see it. It just says open a scene to use the tracker. So
Try closing that and reopening it or something. That's unusual. Or maybe a refresh if that doesn't work. But first of all, they've got the goblins going first, and they've got little short bros. So they're gonna not short bros. They are short bros, but they're gonna use their little short bow. They're short bows. And they're going to, I think, strike first at a 1 in, and then second at Imp.
Ooh.
Because a 1 in was pulling the boat over, and I think they're going to see that. So, first one's a 23 to hit.
Aegis will
yeah.
do his reaction to protect Imp, I guess.
Okay, that first one's against a 1 in, so wait for me to roll on Imp,
Sorry.
because I might miss Imp. So the 23 to hit, that is going to do 5 piercing damage. And
Okay.
the second one against Imp, that's a natural 20.
With disadvantage.
Ooh.
With disadvantage. Okay. Let's do it
Thank
again.
you.
Let's do it again. Well, that's a 3. So
Hey.
it's a good use of that shield. Yeah. So you see the arrow coming straight over and just go donk and
Awesome.
just knock it straight to the side. Beautiful. Well done.
Not
Right.
this time, Gobos.
They are
But also,
going to
where's
just remain in the
Vintage?
boat. Oh, Vintage should be there with you as well. Good old doggo.
Should Vintage be on the initiative, or does it share it with a 1 in?
I'm gonna go with sharing with a 1 in for now, but I think typically it does have its own initiative. But we'll go with sharing with a 1 in for now.
Yeah.
So that's their goes. They're not going to do anything else because they're kind of in a boat. And we go to a 1 in or Imp, depending on who has the higher dex modifier. I think probably Imp.
I have +5.
Almost certainly Imp. So let me just... Which is wild because the 1 in is the ranger, but there we go. Let me do that, and then I just loop round to Imp. There we go. Okay, Imp, over to you.
Okay, then the first thing I do, being as one of them very nearly killed me, is the one that shot at me is the one that I'm shooting back at.
Okay, so
How
that was
dare.
goblin number 2. The one that's at the back over here. And oh, by the way, they're all looking at you going, the first fleet of King Rocco.
First, I just fire. The first thing I do. Like, how dare they shoot at me for a dirty 20?
A dirty 20 hits, yeah, roll damage.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, wait, I want to go up, not down. Hold up. Been a while since I played Imp, so I need to double check those numbers. 1d8. Where's my d8? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which gives me a 8 piercing damage.
That's disgusting. Well, that's a dead gobbo.
And then I'm going to shout out, I've got a deal for your Gobbo King, or I can just murder you all. Your choice.
Well, the problem is you've already killed Admiral Geck.
Not my
You look
problem.
over and you can see that one's wearing a little tricorn hat.
We don't have the authority.
Pull him in, please.
Well, with that, we go to a 1 and then. A 1 and you're able to pull them in towards you, like.
Yeah, that seems to be the plan.
Okay, I'm going to pull them. Dunk. And I think honestly that's close enough to be in the mud, so I'm gonna count that as in the mud. So they're now stopped right there. Which is pretty cool. That's obviously your action for Shape Water. But you do have Vintage, you have your movement and bonus action as well.
Yes. Actually, I'll move over here.
Mm-hmm.
And Vintage, gonna run 5, 10 here and do an attack with
Attack.
2 Cs. Which is a 19.
A 19 hits, yeah. Absolutely. Roll the damage. This could be a very short encounter.
7.
2, baby.
7. That's exactly what you needed to kill a goblin. And the last goblin goes, no, Rear Admiral Shang. And he's like, looks at you, looks at Aegis being like right there. Like, I was almost towering over them, but not quite.
Do you want to live?
Looks you in the eyes like, I surrender.
Well, I suppose that makes you Admiral now, hey?
And throws the short bow onto the ground, and then like draws a scimitar and throws that on the ground, and then draws a dagger from the boot, throws that on the ground, puts a rock down, that sort of thing.
Takes off his boot, throws the boot on the ground.
Yeah, throws it on the ground, and that falls straight into the mud and just goes squelch.
So the question here is, do Hayes or Aegis want to just kill the goblin? Or are we now out of combat?
Okay, I'm gonna say Hayes was sort of holding her crossbow and looking quite confident with it. She's clearly quite used to bows. But as the boat came in, she sort of holstered it and was reaching for a small box. She's gonna pause a bit, look at the goblin and say, don't you realise you shouldn't rocco the boat?
I can't believe Hayes died like that.
Yeah, after pausing and realising no one's laughing at the pun, she's going to pull a small glove out of the box.
But trumpet, please.
Slip it on her hand, glare it in.
How to make friends and alienate people.
As she pulls it on her hand, there's a faint humming noise. And she's just going to walk up to the goblin, grab it by the scruff of the neck with her other hand, whisper, don't try anything funny, and just sort of lift it out of the boat.
Alright.
Aegis turns to Imp and says, is that noise the butt trumpet noise?
Aegis
Oh, you'll
glares
know
at
it.
Aegis and almost considers reaching out to Aegis for a moment, but reconsiders.
Okay, yeah. So you've captured a gobbo. What do?
Is there anything in the boat?
Yeah, in the boat there's, well, as I said, there's piles of cloves in there. But also not actually much in the boat. You could ask what's happened to their loot.
Yes. That's the first order of business. Where's the good stuff?
Well, we were hoping to get it
Come
from
on.
you. Not much
we
to loot
like-
in the swamps.
Are we the only travelers you've come across at all?
We've only just left the swamps. There's nothing to loot in there.
Do I believe him? I mean, I don't believe him, but
Roll insight. Roll insight if you don't believe me. Yeah.
10.
I'm gonna roll a d4, and if it's odd, you believe. If it's even, you don't. You believe him.
Okay, fair enough. In which case, I'd like to maybe we can strike a deal instead.
Okay.
So, here's my offer to you, little. What's your name?
Sean.
Sean. Okay, Admiral Sean.
Oh, I
My
like
deal
that.
to you is that I let you live, and you pass on a message to the Mad King Rocco.
What message?
I would like to set up a meeting between us at some point to work out a deal where you guys get shinies and our people stop getting attacked. Agreed?
Chinese.
Yes.
Chinese.
Shiny.
Chinese.
I will expect you to return with a message as to his yay or nay. If you don't come back, then things get unpleasant.
I need proof.
Okay?
Proof
You
of
need proof
shinies.
of what?
Proof of shinies. Gotta give King Rocco proof of shinies. Otherwise, Rocco not believe me.
You know, that is entirely reasonable. Let me have a dig around in my bag to see what I got. I will give him a moonstone.
Okay.
If he didn't accept that, I was going to stab him.
No, that's not very shiny.
Okay, then I get the dagger out and I just put it up to him. Like, yeah?
Nah.
Is it not?
I know. Nah, shiny. Shiny.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Take the stone, give the message. I expect you to. Let's say. How long is this journey going to take us?
We don't know.
We don't. In 2 months, I want you to come back and meet me. Do you know the old ruined vineyard just north of us?
Yeah. We hit that.
Meet me
yeah.
there in 2 months from today.
2 months.
Yes.
One question. What's a
Yes.
month?
10 days.
10 days.
No.
20 days?
I can't do maths. Leave me alone. 5 by 4 twice. 40 days. That's 40. 4
5
tens.
40 days twice. 6?
No. Can you count to 4?
Yeah.
Can you count to 10?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 days, 10 times at the burnt down building north of us.
Got it. You got it.
Okay. Good.
Ah, let me go.
Does anybody have any
Admiral
parchment? Does anybody have any parchment? I want to write this down.
He pulls out a small scrap of parchment that's got a bit of a schematic on the other side.
And anything
Okay.
to write with.
Do you have a bit of charcoal on you?
Nah, it's fine. I use the dagger to prick my finger and I just write it in blood on the parchment.
Ooh, I love it. Very warlocky.
Yes.
Are you allowing Admiral Shan back into the boat?
No.
Nah. How am I going to deliver the message? Well,
On foot.
on foot.
I'll give him 1 day's worth of rations.
Ah.
Wait a minute, before you go. Which way is King Rocco? In case we don't see you again.
Let me check my map.
Oh, of course, because Amity's the one with the information on that.
East.
How
Any
far?
distinctive landmarks anywhere near it that we should go
In the
towards?
hills. In the hills. In the hills. In the hills.
Eastern Hills.
South of the forest.
South of the forest, East Hills. Okay. I'll make a note of that. You have been most helpful.
Yay!
I will see you again.
Admiral Shan lives to
That's
fight
a
another
threat, not a
day.
promise.
And starts sort of walking along, walking off into the swamp. And he made it out with the mystery key. he shouts to himself as he walks off.
And the orb of time.
And starts humming a little tune, like he goes da 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 apparition.
I like Admiral Sean.
I love Admiral Sean
by an
so
owlbear or
much.
something. You know?
Yeah, he's immediately sucked into the bog and dies. No, he's off. He's fine. Yeah. Let's bring you back to the old main map.
But when Imp pricks himself to write the note, Hayes just sort of looks a bit nauseous.
Oh, you're a squeamish one. I like it.
Let me remove large one. Okay.
You may not want to assume that.
So, you have how many tokens left?
1.
1 token, and you have swamp ahead of you. So entering the swamp will take 6 tokens. So you're gonna have to rest here. As per usual, I would like a resting order, please. So who's taking what watches? Who's on first base? Who's on second base, etc.
I'll take first one. Why not?
Okay.
I feel like Aegis isn't early riser, so he'll take last watch.
Hayes has already been drinking coffee all day, so she'll probably be second watch.
That sounds good. That's oh yeah, and add some experience as well to your tally, as you have just defeated 3 goblins. You've done it. You've earned 150 experience between you.
Yay. So
I don't
that's
have
50
my
each.
calculator up. How much each? 50. Of course,
No.
there's 3 of us.
No, it's totally 4 of you. What the fuck?
Can't blame
Yeah,
you for trying.
37 each. 37
and
each.
a half.
Oh,
Yeah.
fine.
37 each because you round down.
Oh, of course. Talia, stop being so quiet.
Talia killed like a whole goblin. And brought the
I'm
boat
not
to
half a goblin.
Love you. Anyway,
you.
You
Okay,
guys
so
carry on.
you rest, and let me see if you are attacked by 9 sturges in the night.
Or as Germans say, no Sturges.
Actually,
That's
indeed,
Sturges behaviour.
nothing happens overnight. Nothing happens overnight, and you wake up feeling well rested. This isn't, well, apart from you, Aegis. This isn't a long rest, remember. But if you want to spend any short rest, if you want to recover any short rest resources, do so now. That was a short rest.
I
And you're ready to
literally
continue.
I did
I
one
need to
reaction
remember to
in
mark
that
that.
battle.
That was a super quick fight. I'm sure there are more scary fights ahead of you.
that was, I'll have you know, an amazing reaction, and I loved it. It was the play of the game. Aegis for MVP.
It was great.
true,
It was
true.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Like, no, I'm not being sarcastic there. I was getting critted.
Yeah. No.
So,
Yeah, that was a.
new day, travel pace.
Normal.
Okay.
For what it's worth, my character doesn't lose take any disadvantage on perception checks when she's traveling quickly, if that makes a difference to anyone.
I do still want to travel at normal pace so that we can forage.
Okay.
Gotta
Oh,
get that
Tali's
food and
muted.
water. That might be intentional.
Yeah.
I assume so.
I do have an eye on the chat, so if Talia says anything, needs to type anything game related, I should be able to pick that up pretty quick fast.
Yeah, I've got it as well. So, does anybody remember that note? What did it say again?
What note?
The thing that sent us this way.
Oh, yeah, I have that up somehow. Let me boop.
It said something about following the river, but I can't remember when we stopped following the river.
At the nexus of 4 rivers.
Or
Yes. So we're looking for a point where it joins and then splits again. We know it's south and it mentioned east. Hold on, I'm waiting. I'm digging through my pack to find it. Digging. Laptop is slow. Very sorry.
It's just your pack's very cluttered. You brought a lot of stuff, and it's
Yeah,
right
I
at
am
the bottom.
not very. Imp is not a very organized person.
he just doesn't really like to read.
There we go. The star in the west, your light shines brighter than it ever has shone, journey south to cast your light at the nexus of 4 rivers, in the forest, surrounded by springs water, seek your queen and hear your future. Be. So I'm thinking we just keep going south.
That sounds
Yeah.
wise.
Unless it's the pure water forest. Brings
It would
water.
be hilarious if I'd said, get ready for a long journey, and it turns out it was 8 miles
That would
over.
be hilarious. But the note specifically tells us to journey south.
Okay. Fine.
Would be
South
funny.
it is.
I would do that.
Yep.
All right. So you've decided on a normal travel pace. Who's doing the lookout this time? So that I don't randomly choose.
He's got the best perception.
Yeah.
Just on sport, there was a boat, right? Was that boat big enough to carry all of us?
No, that was another canoe/rowboat situation.
Bloody canoes. Useless.
Yeah.
Canoe would have carried us.
Yeah, it's just you need to pull it when you're going upriver.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is that
like-
upriver? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seas to your north.
Of course. He just doesn't know all this stuff.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, you're not a sea dwarf. You're a hill. Is
Not
it a hill
yet.
dwarf or mountain
Yeah.
dwarf?
He's a mountain.
Okay.
dwarf. Yes.
I heard that as seed dwarf, and I was wondering what one of those was.
So yeah, who's doing a looking out? Who's the perceiver?
Question.
Mhm.
Because we only have 1 token left, are we moving to the next hex, or we... Oh no, you've already reset them.
We had a rest.
Already
yeah,
set. You'll have 10 because you
Yeah,
had 1
come on.
token left over
Yep.
from yesterday. Yeah.
Never mind, carry on. Who's watching?
Anyone have a better perception than +1?
No.
Mine's a flat roll.
That's 5.
Hey.
Up front,
The
ranger.
ranger can look. The ranger is going to scout
Makes
ahead.
sense.
But the ranger is also foraging.
Oh yeah, you can't be foraging while
Ranger
scouting.
do be looking for fish.
Yeah. So looks like it's going to be Hayes with a +1.
Okay.
All right,
Very
excellent.
well.
Which token you going into?
Okay, so we're
I
following the
vote south.
rivers.
West.
And either way, we
Yeah.
have to cross rivers, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we establish in the last one that this doesn't count as a river
That's because I
crossing?
really wanted to get you to the end sooner. I'm
Okay.
totally counting it this time.
Okay.
So maybe this
It's
way.
Okay.
rained a lot.
Yeah.
They're a bit full of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rained more.
Let's
on
go.
us now.
Yeah. Let's go southeast then.
Okay, so you head southeast. So that is going to cost you 7 tokens, which means you have 3 left. I know, swamp. It's swamp. You are now like trudging, and the water is up to your knees. It's sloshy and thick, and it's getting in your boots. It's awful. There's flies everywhere biting at you.
It's probably up to Aegis' waist.
Yeah, it's up to the belly button on Aegis, and it's awful. It's getting to the tip of your beard, Aegis.
Oh no.
It's quite grim. And then you spot something ahead, and what you see is this hunched over gigantic figure in the bog, and it's not moving, but it looks like a massive suit of armor, about 4 or 5 times the size of a human. And there are these spikes protruding from its back, and on the spikes are impaled corpses.
Okay.
And you see that these spikes are like spears that are like dug into the back, and there are corpses on those spears.
Which way are the... Oh, I suppose it wouldn't really matter.
You're looking ahead, and because it's not moving and because it's a bog and there's sort of a mist descending, it's a little hard to see. So you're about 100 feet away from it, but it hasn't moved yet.
Hey. With my archaeologist background, would I have any idea what this might be?
With the archaeologist background, yeah, I think that is the only thing that would let you look at this one, because this is something. This is not even. This is not something that lives on the material plane usually, but it is something an archaeologist specifically might encounter. So I will let you do. This is going to be an Arcana check.
Yeah. Arcana, yes, I am proficient. That's a 23.
Very good. So
Yeah,
this
beast in these rolls.
is a cadaver collector. And what they are is they are constructs from another plane, a plane of endless war. And they can be summoned into this plane by fighting. And what they do is they arrive and they grab the corpses from the ground and they impale them on the weapons that they find lying around. They find the weapons, they stick the weapons into themselves, and then they impale the corpses onto them. And they plate armor around themselves. So they look almost like a mech with these spikes coming off and corpses over those. And they absorb the soul essence of the dead. Anyone impaled on these corpses cannot be revived. And they can convert that essence into specters, which they then send against anyone who disturbs them.
That's fascinating. There's a very interesting amount of history behind creatures. Like, we should go in another direction now.
Yeah, that's some bad juju.
Yep.
As you're discussing this, its eyes light up bright blue, and it
that's
leans
bad.
forwards and it digs into the mud and it pulls up this putrid corpse and shoves it onto a spike. And no blood comes out of it. This is a very old corpse, very clearly one that's almost rotted away, but it's been preserved a little bit by the bog around it. And
Can
then
I
it hunkers
immediately
down again.
drop into the swamp? And no, okay. It hasn't seen us. It's just
It's just what
doing
it
its
does.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, Hayes is just shaking on the spot.
Yep. Yep. We're leaving. We're leaving.
We're leaving.
Yeah. So someone mark that down, that's where that thing is, because that thing is a permanent encounter in this tile. Yeah, a little fun fact for anyone who does want to ever fight this thing. Cadaver collectors are CR14 creatures.
Nope.
And for anyone who wants to
lad.
accuse me of playing too much Elden Ring, this is from Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Lol.
I did not invent this. But they are very cool.
I'm glad you didn't try to fight it, because the CR14 is a party wipe.
Oh yeah, they're scary. I mean, this one's embedded in the bog, who knows? But yeah, they're scary. So very well done.
bogs
I'm
down.
going to award 50 experience points there. No, let's round it up to, let's make it 80 experience points there for correctly identifying and surviving this encounter.
20 each.
So 20 each there.
Why can't I see the text on this bloody...
Oh, it's tiny.
Oh, is it?
Just zoom in all the way.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a cadaver collector.
Stuck it on the Legend Keeper map as well for future reference.
Basically, if it had spotted you, it was going to send specters your way that you'd have to deal with. But it is stuck in the bog. Right.
Is that having a harrowing experience?
God damn it. Shut up, bot trumpet. Okay. How many tokens you got left? I think you've got 3 left, right? So you're going to have to spend the night in this tile as well. Which is going to be a rather scary experience for you, I suppose, because that cadaver collector's out there. It's not that far away. It's less than 8 miles away from you. But you probably find a bit of drier ground to set up a camp and just desperately. I guess, are you going to light a fire or something? Because there's I suppose at the least a 1 in as a survivalist. But I mean, most of you probably would think, is that going to attract the creature?
Would we be even able to on a swamp?
Well, you can find some drier bits where there's like a little bit of grassland that you might be able to put down a fire
you
that will light, but.
I mean, you can easily light a fire, even if the wood's damp, if you just split the wood first.
Yes, but it is more likely to smoke if you're doing that.
Or you could, set fire to some peat.
Let's just play it safe.
Okay.
I'm in agreement.
I don't think we brought anyone called Pete.
Okay, so let me see if anything happens tonight. So let me get a little watch order from you all.
Yeah, Hayes isn't going to sleep, so she's going to take first watch.
Okay.
Aegis will take the last again.
One and we'll go second after catching some fish in the river.
Okay. So who was in third? Because that's who's getting woken.
That would be Imp.
That's Imp. Okay, Imp.
Yep.
You can hear footsteps. And these aren't like trying to be concealed. This is not something you need a perception check to detect. You can hear them. They're loud. They're rustling around. They're squelching. And they're coming close to you.
Does it sound like something big and heavy?
No. Light enough to be humanoid of some kind.
Okay. What I'd normally do in such a situation is thaumaturgy and then announce myself so that we can maybe know each other there. However, there's a really big, scary thing not too far away, and I'd rather not risk it. Miles away, probably, but all the same. Can I light a torch?
Yeah, you can light a torch.
I light a torch. I move in the direction of the noise, and I hold it really high.
Okay. You see a shambling figure approaching, look up the light, and then first of all you see something lift up from their shoulders, and you see as you're sort of peering into the dim light with obviously your dark vision, you're able to see a bit better. You can see it's a snake head.
Oh dear.
There's a human head as well, but also a snake head.
Two heads.
And then it gets a bit closer, and you can see the snake is actually draped around the human, like a feather boa, sort of thing. And this is someone. This is an old man with wiry grey hair.
Right.
Starts to approach you, and again, he's sort of walking with a bit of a limp towards you, and goes, "What are you doing in my swamp, Sonny?"
Oh, it's an old man with like a pet snake.
Yeah, just wrapped around his shoulders, like a feather boa, but it's a snake.
Surely a feather boa snake would just be
So
a boa
it is
boa.
a feather boa constrictor.
It's a boa boa.
We're just passing through, resting for the night, and we'll be gone come daybreak.
Suddenly breaks into almost like a light run, but is able to run on top of the mud towards you, and comes right up to you and pokes you in the chest with a really like spindly finger and goes, "Are you, Sonny, in my swamp, just resting and staying the night?"
Yeah.
Nonsense. And there's spittle flying because he's got no teeth. Nonsense, Sonny. If you're trying to stay the night in my swamp, you're gonna ruin everything. This is a priceless biodiversity, and you're ruining it all. You're ruining it. I spent so long trying to convince the circle to let me take over this place and keep it all nice. The druids are gonna be really upset. The other druids are gonna be so mad.
First thing I do is wipe the spittle off my face, and I tell him, "You're trying to tell me the news, but all I'm getting is weather."
Oh yes.
So
inspiration.
Thank you, bud. Thank you. I should mark that off. Secondly, my best friend happens to be like a higher up of the druids. Spends a lot of time as an animal. It's really quite annoying. And they've never mentioned you. They also knew you were coming this way, and you were not mentioned.
Oh yeah, Sonny.
Yeah, that's it. So I don't believe a word of it.
What's your name then? What's your name?
Hold up, I've forgotten Tal's name.
It's Airy Pinkham.
That's the one. Airy Pinkham.
Pinkham?
That's the one.
Doesn't sound like a druid's name.
You don't sound like a druid. Like
I sound just like a druid, Sonny. I can turn into all sorts of creatures that scare you. And then the snakehead like rears up and starts saying, like, not now, parsimonious. No,
okay.
I tell you, you are ruining the biodiversity in here. Especially, look at this torch of yours. It's gonna set light to the bog gas, and you'll attract the will-o'-the-wisps. You know, will-o'-the-wisps are really, really, really rare. You know, it's really hard to get will-o'-the-wisps to move into a bog, to get the bog lights going, the ones that lure people to their deaths, to get the red caps in. It's hard work, and you're gonna ruin it all. I want you out of my swamp immediately.
What do we get? What do we get out of leaving immediately?
You get not bitten in the face.
I'll pull out a dagger. What do we get for leaving immediately?
And you look at him, and he slowly changes.
Okay.
Into a giant snake, and he says,
"There's a giant snake and a little snake."
Someone hasn't read the Evil Overlord list.
Yep.
You get out of this alive.
Ooh. Now that's tasty. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn you down. You see, we've got a schedule to keep, and we can't do that exhausted. I'm going to extinguish the torch. I'm aware that this guy is a bit finicky about the swamp, though. So what I'll do is take off my cloak, dampen it in the gross, and use that to extinguish the torch, so I'm not threatening his precious swamp. Give him a nod. Look, I don't want trouble. You're not worth the effort, and I wanna get some rest before dawn. Gonna go back to my post and just sort of. We'll never see you again.
Snake transforms back into the druid form and says, Good, Sonny, you made the right choice. And then sort of trudges back off into the swamp, just straight off into the darkness, and just muttering to himself about the will of the wisps. The wisps! I better not have been scared off. Congratulations, you survived an encounter with a druid.
Yeah, no, a level 2 moon druid, at least.
You
Does he
survived an
transform?
encounter with how Nick sees all druids.
Wow, Nick.
I had two options there, and one of them was stab the giant snake, but I don't know how many hit points it's going to have because it's just going to transform again. And Imp knows that they can just do that at will because of Tattle, so the
Scary
better power
time.
valor.
I mean, also, there was a
Yeah.
cadaver collector in that same hex, and fighting probably would not have gone down
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they are attracted to fighting.
They are attracted to fighting.
Unfortunately, none of us were awake to remind you of that, but
Yeah.
it works out okay.
Yeah.
anyway.
Rest of the night passes without event, and you are awake once more. What travel pace are we going with this time? So you've got 3 tokens left over from yesterday.
Yes. Do we get any XP for that?
You do. You get, because that was a much more life or death situation, you get 100 experience points.
So 25.
25 each.
You also get some from the cadaver collector evasion.
Yes, didn't I already...
That was 20
was that
each, I believe.
I think I already
okay.
gave some out, yeah.
I missed that.
Oh, I must have missed that too. Wait, no, you did say it, so it just didn't. It just went straight out the other ear.
Yeah, must have.
I do that a lot, don't worry.
Lol.
Okay, travel pace, what are we doing?
Normal? I
Yeah.
would.
Yep,
So,
Yeah,
normal
are we still
stuff.
keeping the same order?
If we continue following the river, we're going to end up at the place of Lord of Rotten Ruin.
Not necessarily.
These
Yeah, we
texts
can
are
just
8
walk.
miles wide. You can walk straight past it. You may not even notice it's there.
Also,
And that's
bearing in
also the
mind
hex
we're
where you said it's the river splits in 4, right? That's that hex.
we can't see the hex, though. We don't know where it is. It could be way further south.
It could
Yeah, okay.
indeed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna find like a pile of paper.
well,
We've already
I think,
passed that.
I
yeah,
that
actually,
hex.
we're
To
on the
the
wrong side of the
west.
river anyway.
Yeah, you've already
Alright.
passed that hex, yeah. You've passed Hell's Corpse. You're not gonna see that.
They collected all the paper anyway.
Papery.
So you have 12 tokens. Where next?
Yeah, I'm gonna say we're probably, if we just stay south, following the river
Straight
still.
along the river. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice and simple.
Yeah. I'm going to reveal a little bit of fog.
Ooh, this is going to
Fog on
make
it.
things so much easier when I go looking for dinosaurs.
I pressed the wrong button and I've added the fog.
Ooh. Cool.
That could be the
4.
nexus of 4 rivers, but I think it's the nexus of 3.
Roll me a nature check to determine whether this is 3 or 4 rivers.
It's a nature check really to determine if Nick can count.
It's a nature check to determine if you lot can count, actually.
That's a 10.
This is not the nexus of 4 rivers. This is 3 rivers joining and becoming one. Like, come on.
Okay.
I'm glad you spoke up first because I rolled 4.
Yep,
Okay.
this is the place we're staying. We'll stay as long as we have to. And they were never seen again.
I think weirdly enough, that is the token the Lord of Rotten Ruin is in.
Yeah, it is.
We're on the wrong
Okay,
side
yeah.
of the river.
Where next? Where next?
Does nothing happen here?
Oh, yeah, no, hold on. I got distracted. No, nothing happens on this one. I was going to allow some to be blank, but I do have something that happens.
Okay.
Oh, no, something does happen here. Sorry. Ignore me. Yeah. So you find a half-collapsed cottage in the swamp.
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, what? I was ignoring you.
Can I tell
It's
them about
needle
this
shit.
architecture using my archaeologist background?
Yeah. Aegis, do you want to also make a similar check? Because
Yeah,
dwarves
sure.
get to use stone sense like once every 2.5 years.
They're
But yeah,
being
both of you will.
nerds. While they're being nerds, can I enter it?
You can totally enter it and you can have a look around. What are you up to while they're doing this?
Is this history I'm rolling, by the way?
You're looking for fish. Okay, so roll me survival, a 1 in. This is a history check for Aegis and for Hayes and Imp. Roll me perception, please.
Can I make an investigation if I'm using my criminal wiles to puzzle out sneaky, hidey places or like a cellar that might have survived or?
Do you have any
No.
clues? Let's see. No, I think that seems okay.
Yeah.
Normally investigation is like putting the dots together of clues you have, and perception is literally finding them. But I don't need this to be 2 checks really at this point, so we'll go investigation.
Yeah.
That's a 23, by the way.
A
I only got a 12.
23. And okay,
Seem to be
so
rolling lots of 17s today.
so with a 23, you're looking at this house. This is not that old. This has been constructed relatively recently. You can tell the styling is. It's not new though. It's not a new style. It's not a human style. It looks a bit fairy tale. It looks a bit wrong, fake. You almost half expect when you touch it for the walls to be made of gingerbread.
Okay, as Imp's going in, I think Hayes is going to call to them. Careful, this looks a bit fey.
That's a good idea. A good warning there. Talia, you have done 14 for a check for fish. You find some fish. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's some fish there. You can do some fishing. Roll me a. This would be wisdom with
no,
fish
no, no.
tools. Oh no,
No,
you're
no,
not.
we're not fishing.
No?
No,
Fair
no,
enough.
I want to point at one of the fish and with the trident of fish command.
Oh no.
It's time to,
Okay, yeah.
Owen's not practiced with it yet, so
Absolutely. So you
points at one of them and does dominate beast.
Yeah. You now have control of a fish.
Yes.
You have completely control. Yeah, that's great. And Emphas, you have a 16 for your investigation.
I do. I literally waved the tree hand
Yeah.
at Hazel walking away, like, yeah, Faye, whatever.
You're looking around for things that might look like secret compartments and that sort of thing. And actually, you do find a small, it's a torn bit of paper.
Okay.
It appears to be, it appears to have been written by someone who signs their name Nana, who has relocated south, complaining about some aberrant corruption in this swamp that's driving her away. She's
no.
left a helpful tool buried in the peat outside in case a fellow sister comes along.
Okay. I'll let everybody know about that, and I'd like to look for. We have no idea how long it's been, do we?
And I use my archaeological skills to work out where something might have been buried recently, or semi-recently.
Probably not with archaeology, because this is more like digging a hole in the ground, and not a major hole at that. You can use survival.
Okay.
For sure to do that, though. Like, it's sort of akin to checking for tracks, that sort of thing. You're looking at areas of maybe where plants have grown less, perhaps, or plants have grown more. A little square-shaped sort of area that's a little bit different to the rest and that sort of thing.
Okay. That's a 12.
A 12. Actually, that is enough to find it. You find an area where there are these little yellow flowers that aren't anywhere else. And they're in just this little patch. It's about the size of a shoebox. Has anyone got a shovel?
Yes.
Which is on the adventuring gear. Excellent. So for whoever's digging, these are the rules I will need. I need a constitution check, not a saving throw, a check to dig it out. If you fail the check, you can choose to succeed, but take 1 point of exhaustion.
Imp offers to do it, but it's up to you.
That is a 19. Wait, sorry, 16.
A 16 on the constitution check. Nice. Yep. That's. I mean, it was DC 15, so yeah, you dig away, and it takes a while. Like, it takes a while because this is heavy stuff. Like, you're digging into like peat and mud, but eventually you find this small box. It appears to be made of rosewood. Once you get all the mud off of it and wash it up a bit, I imagine a one is able to like shape water some water over it to wash it off.
I've got a question. Is it more than a century old?
Less than a century old, yeah.
Okay, never mind then.
Old Nana hasn't lived that long.
Is it openable?
And she won't.
She's already dead. And yeah, it has a hinge on it, and you can just open it up if you want.
Okay, I open this up.
Inside is a folded over hat. You pull it out. When you touch it, you can feel there's magic to it.
Bring it with us, and when we stop to rest, somebody can check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So there you go. That's what you find there. You gain 80 experience points for finding the item. That's combined, all of you.
Oh, 20 each.
Yeah. And yeah, a one-in's now in control of some fish. teaching fish to do a triple backflip through while whistling "My Father is an Orc."
Do we get any points for Wait, do we get any experience for one in controlling the fish?
No, that's literally the ability of a magic item. I'm not giving out. I'm not giving out XP for using the magic item. Okay. I think you. How many tokens you got left?
How much is it for a swamp?
6. How much did that travel take? Oh, 6. So
6.
Yeah, 6 left. Isn't it?
6 left. Okay, well, you can move on again. Although if you're crossing a river, you will struggle. However, this would not be a river crossing. This would be because you are actually like on this side of the river at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say southeast. Guess my word.
Yeah, we literally can't go anywhere else if we. We have 6 left.
Into the hills we go.
Heading in there. Let me get you some more. It's great, isn't it? As you head up into the hills, I'm going to say you can probably see a little bit further than the swamp. The swamp does not provide much visibility, but hills start to.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, I don't think we're going to hit 4 rivers around here.
No.
Not on this river, it seems. But, you're making good progress. You're making good progress. But as you head into the hills, let's do this one. This one's good. You hear heavy footsteps thudding through the earth, and they're sort of arrhythmic but regular, and they're growing stronger all the time. You can feel it in your feet, and it's like
immediately suspects giants.
It's either several creatures or it's one thing with many legs. You're not 100% sure. How would you like to prepare for this? You can't see them, but you can hear that. You can feel this thudding in the ground.
What's the terrain like?
You're entering hills now, so you're out of the swamp. You've got hills. These are sort of grassy hills at the moment. There are, some big boulders on the ground around if you need to hide behind something. That's sort of there. There's divots in the ground you can sort of duck into as well.
Hiding is good.
There's a few trees, but not too many. There's a lot of bushes and brush as well.
Is the thudding coming from up the hill?
You can't really tell, because the thing about thudding is once it hits you, it feels like it's all around you. You're not hearing it, you're feeling it in your feet.
Yeah, this is either a lot or it's very bassy.
I think our best bet's probably to hide. Yeah, hide.
Okay, if you are hiding, I will need a group stealth check, please. So that's all of you roll stealth. If you beat the DC, which I will have to look up, you gain a success, more successes than failures, and you've hidden, which allows, obviously, people who are not so good at stealth to still hide.
25.
I was 1 off a natural 20, and I'm mad about it. 26.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Some seriously
17.
good rolls.
I get disadvantage on stealth.
You get disadvantage on all checks. So.
Oh, I rolled a 20 and a 21. So, Yeah.
Wow, everyone passes. Everyone passes.
have to roll for
That was
vintage?
incredible. You don't have to roll. I tell you what, roll me animal handling. Because vintage is probably spooked right now.
This is true.
And it's starting to go.
17.
17. That's a success from every single one of you. I'm really impressed. You calm vintage down and you all duck out of the way, and you see cresting over one of the hills these huge giants, and they are wearing quite light cloth over themselves, in both shorts and sort of like a tunic, and a beret. And they're jogging
Okay.
over the
I would
hills.
like you to know that I am now imagining a 10-foot French golem.
Yeah, and they're coming over the hills, and they're coming past you, and they don't seem to notice you at all. But then they stop. All of a sudden, they stop. And you can hear this panting.
A wall.
Duvin. And one of them runs up and hands one of them this massive bottle of red wine, and they start drinking it and start breaking out some bread, and meat and cheese. Does anyone speak giant?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so
Which is listed.
what you hear then is alors le jogging c'est difficile, on peut faire quelque chose, mais c'est très difficile, trop difficile. Nous devons retourner maintenant. But none of you speak giant.
Bad actual French though. That's commendable.
Good thing Bane's not here.
I did French for A level.
Yeah, I mean,
That was
So
like a
did-
bazillion
I did
years ago.
I just about got the gist of that, but I only did GCSE.
I'm assuming amongst the things that they are carrying, nothing that looks particularly worth trying to take.
There's a really nice picnic basket. If you
It's a
and Boo Boo want to go
giant
and
picnic basket,
if
though.
you,
So.
if you and Boo Boo want to go and take it.
I think none of us can turn into bears, so there's no temptation.
It's gonna make a good boat,
yeah.
though.
Saying that, reaching just to grab something that might be worth it. How does run up to them look? I'm not going to run. If I were to attempt this, it'd be a sneak, and I've got a banging stealth score. So
It's fairly open, but there's it's not flat ground completely. There's very sort of dense brush that you can sort of creep through if you want to stealth towards. There's a path. You can definitely see a path there if you want to approach quietly.
where's the basket in relation to them?
It's right in the middle. They are currently
Down, yeah.
retrieving bread and wine from it.
Okay, so that's just not going to happen. Never mind. Carry on as you were.
Fair enough. They eventually finish their meal. They pack it all up, get back up, and jog off. I've had hill giants jog around, written down for like 6 months now, and I haven't had a chance to use it yet. So
That's amazing.
they just jog. They just go
Okay.
for a bit of a run.
And then have a picnic, and it's lovely. That's beautiful. You love to see it.
Better than the last time you lot encountered hill giants, for sure.
Hey,
Yeah.
So there's hill giants to the west of us, and there's hill giants to the east.
And here you are, stuck in the middle with Blood Trumpet.
I love it.
No XP for that one because you didn't really do much, and you would have survived if you had failed the stealth check as well. But you're safe in this tile, and I think you are out of tokens now, and it's time for another rest.
Are we close enough to the river for Harvest the
Yeah,
waters to still work?
you're still near enough to the river in this tile. Any tile that doesn't have a river in, you can't do the foraging in, but right now you're fine.
Excellent.
Okay.
So I'm going to need watches from each of you.
Okay. I think Hayes is going to take the first watch again.
Okay.
I'm always going to suggest that Aegis goes last, but if anyone else really wants to go last, just
So I'm not particularly fussed about anything, so
One in can go second after catching fish for you.
then Im will go third. I think that's going to be our standard sort of rotation.
Okay. Hayes, you hear. I'm going to give us a map for this.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You hear a loud crashing sound. Where's my bloody the scene where I
Bloody
kill
already?
players? Where is it?
Oh no.
Let me clear
no.
off the old tokens.
Are you talking the
Hey, you find a chair. It has some paper in it.
You don't find a chair. You don't find a chair.
Yeah, it looks very comfortable.
Let me bring out some tokens for you because I don't believe you will have them. So for those of you who are sleeping at the moment, put yourselves in tents. Put yourself wherever you'd be keeping watch. You reckon?
And Doggo.
Oh, and Doggo, of course. Always and Doggo.
I think
That's a
Trumpy gets
monstrosity.
her own tent.
Assuming a one in his. Over there with Vintage. Vintage is lying there going. And kicking his little legs like he's running.
Yeah, I should emphasize that Hayes looks nothing like Tassel.
Yeah. It's just we can't be making Pixel make one token for every single player character. It would
Crack
be
the whip. You'll be fine.
it would
We
be
should just do a
madness.
palette swap on it.
Hayes does have a whip.
So Hayes, you're there with apparently a bottle of drink on the ground there, which nice. Yeah, so I'm not going to need a perception check because it's pretty loud what's coming towards you. You're sat there and you can hear it, this thudding and this rattling of chains. And then in the air on the night approaching you, this roar, this coming towards you. It is
Does
far
this
enough
wake
away
us
that
up?
this is not waking everyone else up, but you've definitely noticed it because you're keeping an eye out.
Okay, would I have any idea what this might be?
It sounded big and it sounded angry. You can roll me history.
Okay, this is my jam. That is a 21.
This might be an ogre. Didn't sound heavy enough to be a giant, and also not eloquent enough to be a hill giant.
All right, from the way you're describing it, I thought it was flying.
It wasn't a French roar. But no, you can hear the thud of its footstep. Whatever it is, if it is an ogre, it's running towards you. But you can also hear, like, it sounds like chains as well. It's rattling.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rush to every tent then and try and just wake everyone up and say,
Okay.
Hey.
Yep. So they're all woken
Yeah.
up, but the combat
Yeah.
is going to start with you all in those positions. Hayes, you're actually going to be there because it's approaching as you're doing this.
Are we wearing
Okay.
armor?
How long does it take to don your armor?
It's part of me.
Off
Yeah,
the
a
top of my
one
head,
is
I
in armor.
don't know. If you give me a second, I can find out for you.
It depends what armor you're wearing because heavier armor takes longer. Leather, I think, is quite quick. It might be an action, but double check.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, I'm pulling it up now.
Certainly anything that takes like a minute, no, you're not in it.
oh, bugger.
Because this thing was approaching too quickly. I need something that looks appropriately big and stompy. Let's go with Monk. Monk kind of looks big and stompy.
It's already dead.
oh, thank goodness for that. Oh, God, it's not
It's more
undead.
stumpy
It's-
this way.
No, I use upside down to track if anyone's prone, so we'll we'll go with that.
Ah, fair.
Yes, as the ogre chain brute approaches. All right, let's roll initiative because it's absolutely like it's angry, it's swinging chains, it knows nothing but war.
I still don't get the
yeah.
initiative tracker.
Yeah.
To be
these
fair, I
have
haven't
some
added
pretty
anyone
cool,
to the initiative tracker yet, so that might be why.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, with my exhaustion, does that give me disadvantage on initiative as well? an ability check?
Yeah, that's an ability check. You have disadvantage on
Yeah.
initiative.
Probably roll terrible anyway. Oh,
Guess you rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
I got 11.
Damn
24.
exhaustion. I got a 22 and then I got a 7.
I'll update yours.
What dice like me today?
And I'll put the doggo at 9, sorry, at 10, so it's straight after you on the tracker.
Makes sense to me.
Did you get a 2?
No, hold up.
Okay. I was like, come on.
I'm gonna assume
that's not even possible with your dex modifier.
I rolled a 19 again. My dice really do like me today.
Nice. Okay, so Imp, you're up first. Did we work out how long it takes to doff and don your armor?
No, I didn't. So I'm going to assume that I'm not wearing it.
Light
and
armor,
I
1
only-
minute to don. Medium armor, 5 minutes. Heavy armor, 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So I have an AC of 15.
Yeah. So you're, what do you wear? What do you wear to bed? Naked sleeper, panto? No, not panto. What's the word am I looking for?
Pantaloons.
Well,
Pantaloons. That's it.
given that we're on the road and things are prone to being a little bit dangerous, I'd be wearing
Pajamas. That's the word. Just my brain
the
just
normal
dropped.
sort of set of clothes. You know, normal trousers, the boots.
Yeah.
While resting a little bit, just to give the feet a stretch and dry out. But they go back on for the sleeping in case we need to get up quick fast.
The boots stay on in bed.
Oh yeah, Imp's not fussy. We're on the road. You know,
Yeah,
you got to be ready to
absolutely.
be up and moving. So
Yeah. I mean,
Imp is fully dressed, just not armed.
yeah.
I can't believe Nick's approving of feet being covered.
Shut up. Damn it, butt trumpet. Okay, well,
That's not,
Imp,
that's
you're
my
up first.
character's name, not
So, yeah.
mine.
I mean, I can make it. I can.
Daggers are grabbed with their sheath and all and tucked into the waistband, and crossbow also grabbed along with the crossbow bolt case, and we are making our way out. Just towards the noise, I suppose.
Yeah. And you can see it as soon as you come out of the tent. Like it's
okay.
it's not far away. It's right there. It's huge. Well, it's large.
Does it look aggressive?
Oh yeah. It's swinging chains, it's roaring, and it's coming straight at you. It's obviously because it's turn-based, you don't really see it, but technically these turns are happening simultaneously. This thing is running at you like it's the Olympic sprint.
Yeah, it knows we're here and it's intent on
Spittle
doing a murder.
flying everywhere. There's still blood at the ends of the chains.
Fresh blood.
No, but it's dried on.
Oh, okay.
But you can see it in the end. You know this is not a well-intentioned ogre.
Yeah, it knows we're here and it's coming to kill us. Okay then, in which case, let me just double check my range because I want to make sure 80 foot.
Checking the stat block, it speaks giant as well, so it also has a French accent. Swinging along going,
Where's the rangefinder? Aha.
It's, yeah.
Okay, 90 foot, so I need to go forward 10. How do I delete this?
Just hit
You just-
delete.
select it, you can...
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Grab your hand. 5, 10. I have reasons for staying by the fire, and I shoot it with a crossbow.
Okay, roll it.
80 foot is too far away for me to curse it in any way, shape, or form. I lie, bonus action, hex. Let's do it. And then I shoot it.
Good thinking. Always be hexing.
Yep. I mean, not always. There are times when I want to save my slots for something else, but this is not one.
True.
Not my best roll. Plus 7. Dirty 20.
Ooh, yeah, that hits. Roll damage, yeah.
Okay, D. 8 plus a D. Can anybody remember what hex damage is? D6?
You all look like I play spellcasters.
Do I look like I play warlocks?
I believe it's a D6. I should double check in. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Oh, banging. 14 piercing.
Ooh, that's a great start. Great start. I love it. Yeah, crossbow goes dunk straight in the chest. And
In 4 necrotic, I lie to you.
it ain't slowing down. Yeah, don't worry, it has no resistances. You can just sum it all for this one.
Oh, cool.
Anything else before we go over to
That's all I can
Hayes?
do. I've moved. I've both actioned. I'm good.
Okay, Hayes, we've got 22 on initiative.
Okay, so you say it's running towards us at full pelt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Hayes is going to reach into a little, just a side pocket.
Okay.
She's going to pull out a small, it basically looks like a cup. She's going to pull out a little bit of clearly lamp oil, pour a bit in the cup, shake it, and she's just going to turn the cup upside down. But instead of pouring out, she just looks ahead towards the front, just in front of the ogre, and just a massive slick of oil appears in front of it. And this is me casting grease.
Oh, grease. Excellent. Excellent. Great description of the spell as well. That's what I love about artificers. Okay, so draw an area on the ground where you've cast grease.
Okay, I think that's a 10 area. Yep, 10-foot square, so I can fill 4 squares. Where's the draw tool gone? Okay, so I'm basically casting it right in front of it. Which way is it moving? Just straight
sort of
towards
directly towards the fire. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll make that. Yeah, so that's about right in front of it as it's running, right?
Yep. So technically, because it's in its space, it has to make a save right now.
Yep, that's against my DC of 14.
Does an 8?
8 does not beat 14, I'm afraid.
Donk. Straight upside down. Does anything else happen with grease, or?
When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. It's just prone.
Nice. Well, that's unfortunate for it. Okay. Anything else? Skidded straight in and just gone thonk.
Yep, she just quips, "Do take a seat."
Okay, it's the Chain Brute's go. Chain Brute's unsteadily stands up, sort of heavy breathing, looks straight at Imp at the fire, because that's the most visible thing in the night right now. Is gonna go 10 feet, 20. It's dashing. It doesn't have to do the save again because it's not ending its turn in there. But it has, so it's used 15 feet to get, no, it's used 20 feet to get up. It then used 20 feet to get out. It's then dashing to get another 40 feet of movement. 25, 30. It leaps and crashes into here at 40 feet. But as it's dashed, that's its go. We go to a 1-in.
Hello, that's me. Well, 1-in's gonna jump out of the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And, what's my movement speed again? Should know this.
Probably 30.
Probably. I'm gonna stand next to Imp, I reckon. There.
Great,
And,
given it's coming from me.
And, shoot it with the bow.
Shoot it with a bow. Go for it. Yeah,
Shoot
absolutely.
it with a bow. That is a 25 to hit.
Oh, that hits. That definitely hits. 25. Damn.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
11.
11. Very nice. Very good damage. The bow goes thunk straight to the neck and it's sticking out, and the ogre looks at you now and is like, Goodest Doggo gets a go.
Vintage.
Yes, Goodest Doggo does get a go. Okay. Vintage runs up and does an attack.
Dangerous move. Okay, an attack on
It
the
is a dangerous move.
on the Chain Brute.
To hit is +3. 21.
21 hits as well. You're all rolling extremely well. I'm very impressed.
Does D6 +1. And that is a 7.
Okay.
Piercing damage.
That is a bloodied ogre.
Is this a creature?
It is a creature.
Can it succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw?
Well, let's find out. 14.
Fair enough.
It is quite strong, to be fair.
Yep. Vintage, jumps up, tries to knock it over, but it just doesn't work.
Okay. We go to Aegis.
Yeah, Aegis, I guess, wakes up and is wearing a vest and long johns. Doesn't have time to get his heavy armor on. So he grabs his shield and maul and hand axe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is his movement speed, and he can't do anything else really. He's going to hold on to the hand axe rather than throwing it, and just stand with the others and protect them if the ogre attacks.
That sounds good. Okay, back up to Imp.
I shoot it again.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I mean, it's what I got. It's my most effective do something, and we just want it dead. So, keep it simple. Stupid natural 20.
You really are getting all the good rolls out of the way before anything big comes at you. I love it. Yeah, roll damage.
We're going to be rolling nat ones against like a boss or something. What's that? That's my 8. That's my 8. Where's my 6? Oh wow. Okay, just 4, 6, 10 plus 5, 15.
15. Very nice. Okay. It's
how
not
close
looking
is it to
great.
me? Before I did this in order, but that looks like it's within 30.
It is 35 feet from you.
It's 35 from me. Okay, in which case, what I'm going to do is delete that. I'm going to take one step forward. I'm going to bonus action Hexblade's Curse, and then one step backwards.
Okay.
In fact, 2 steps backwards. There we go.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Hayes, over to you.
Okay.
Oh wait, I should have doubled my I should have rolled twice for the damage, yeah, because of the crit. The damage, yeah. Let me just roll that again. Sorry, my bad.
That 15 was without the crit. Jeez.
Yes, that was also very good rolls. Extra 11.
Extra 11. Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's not looking great.
Bloodied yet.
Absolute shame.
Oh yeah, no, I said it was blooded a while back.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
okay.
Don't worry. Over to Hayes.
Okay. Hayes is looking a bit nervous because it's obviously her spell knocked it over, but it got straight back up and it's still running here. So she's going to, counterintuitively, she's just going to run 5, 10, 15 feet over to it. And as she runs towards it, she's going to reach into the pouch and pull on the glove again. And it's just, obviously it's making a loud sort of humming noise. And she's just going to clench her hand wearing the glove into a fist. And it's actually kind of a very wimpy attempt at a punch, but she's just going to go pop.
Okay.
But as soon as the glove makes contact, there's a massive zoom. And this is me casting Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp. Okay. Is that a save or is it an attack roll?
It's,
never
I think it's a save. Yeah, it's a save. Is it wearing metal armor by any chance?
It is wearing hide armor.
Okay.
It has metal chains though.
Those are weapons.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
What
just
am
that it
I?
gets just-
What
Yeah.
attribute am I saving with?
Oh wait, this is a melee spell attack against the
Ah.
target.
So
Yeah.
then you roll.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it would be, yeah, I thought it was a save because I was remembering armor gives advantage, but it gives advantage. But yeah,
Okay.
anyway, I'm rolling. Does a 17 hit?
17 hits. Yeah. Roll the damage.
Okay, that is 1d8. Where are my d8s? So where's the d8s I can't find?
Yeah.
Well, that's mostly because I can't tell them from the 10s. Oh wait, that's completely different. Wait, no, that's from the d12s rather.
They're pointier than
Yeah.
10s.
Yeah, they have that weird sort of shape. Okay. Ooh. That is 7 points of damage, and it gets no reaction
Gets no reaction.
Until-
Okay.
until the start of its next turn.
It is not doing great. Well, it is its next turn now.
Oh. Yep.
Oh,
Speaking
you're
of,
moving away though. Okay.
Hi.
All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, because you can. No attack of opportunity because it's got no reaction. Over to it. It is ignoring the goodest doggo. And it is coming
okay.
around.
Attack of opportunity.
I'm just trying to decide. No, it's not that smart. It's coming straight in to
Right.
here.
Does Doggo get?
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
No, it would have been like that. So it would have been like that run.
All right, but Doggo.
I can give it a munch.
Doggo can give it a go. So Talia, you can roll an attack with the attack from Goodest Doggo.
So hit. It's a 9.
A 9 misses. So, Vintage lunges as the Ogre Chamber runs past, but the Ogre Chamber is just too fast, and Goodisogre gets a mouthful of chain and quickly jumps back again. The Chamber gets the chains up and swings them overhead and then brings them down in a massive sweep. Every creature within 10 feet of it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. So that is Imp, Aegis, a 1, and Haze.
Oh
Brace
no,
for impact.
Dex, whatever will I do? I'll roll a 22.
Yeah, what's my dex?
Oh no, this is bad.
14.
This isn't
19.
an ability check, is it? It's saving throw. So that
Saving throw,
is a. Oh no, it's a 7.
Okay, so Aegis, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone as it sweeps up to your feet. A 1 in, Imp and Haze, you all pass, only just on a 1 in. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage each.
I don't like that.
Yeah, it took this big sweepy attack. That's not even its scariest thing, but at the moment that was the optimal choice. That's its go, and we go to a 1 in.
All right. 2 choices: the stabby choice or the zoomy choice. I choose the zoomy choice
Always good fun.
and cast Zephyr Strike,
Okay.
which lets me neum away without letting it have an opportunity attack.
Indeed.
So, I can.
You go over next to
20.
Vintage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Pop
over
up
here.
on the table.
And
Groans
jump
under your
up on the
weight
table.
with the shell and everything. Like,
then... It's fine. It's a good table.
it's a good table.
So I then do a little shoot again.
Yeah, absolutely. Which gets a bonus, I think, to damage from the Zephyr Strike as well.
It does.
Zephyr Strike is very
Hey.
clearly coded to work with swords, but works just fine with bows as well. And it's great.
What's amazing with bows?
It does. It works amazing because you can get out of being in engagement, get to distance, and then longbow. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's a 23 to hit.
23 hits. Yeah, roll damage.
And then, so, longbow, d8 plus 4 plus an extra 1d8. So that is 6 damage plus an extra 3 force damage.
9 points of damage. So
9.
you start to shimmer and you run away from the brute, and the brute can't, you're so fast, the brute can't react in time. You hop up onto the table, turn around, pull the longbow out, and go thunk. And an arrow goes straight through the chain brute's head, and the brute collapses to the ground. Dead. Well done. Because I'm not going to lie,
Hey.
that was a hard fight. You gain 700 experience points between you for that one,
Damn.
because that was a CR3 creature.
Ooh.
Wow.
The Ogre Chain Brute. Yeah, that was a pretty hard fight. And what we're going to do, because we've gotten to the end of that combat and it is 9:34, we're going to take a break. So we'll be back in, should we say in about 10 minutes? Is that good for everyone? You've killed the Iron Giant. Onwards.
Oh,
Yes.
but Nick, it ate my car.
It did eat your car. Right. Okay. Where are we heading? Where are we heading?
That's a good question.
About
It's a
this,
new dawn. It's a new day.
we can see the end of the river to the south. We can't see where it goes west. Wasn't there something about west in the note in the letter?
Yeah, we were the star in the west,
I mean,
which implies that they may be east of us? Question mark?
Question for Nick. Regarding ourselves and any knowledge we may or may not have regarding the surrounding area, if anybody has it, it'll probably be Aegis, just because he old, or Hayes because she travel. But do we have any sort of inkling as to any other rivers?
You have no idea for this far south, I'm afraid.
No. Okay.
You're now a good 16. You're 48 miles away from home in the swamps.
Can I try and look at the river to see if I can determine if I might have any idea where it might be sort of meeting up with other rivers?
You can try that. The river where you're at, you're kind of at the source of it. You're kind of at the font.
Hey, is that going to be nature, investigation?
That'd be nature, I think.
Luckily, nature runs off int, so that's 17.
17. This river basically stops where you are and starts and then heads on out. If it's going to join with any other rivers, it's going to do it north of where you are.
Okay, so this probably isn't our river then.
Okay. Springs water in a forest.
That's the other thing. You're not in a forest either.
Yes, we are currently on a hill. There's a swamp immediately to the west and plains, as far as I know, to the did I go that backwards? Plains to the west, swamp to the east. No.
Can we see what's on the other side of the
I'm
swamp
rambling.
to the west?
Let me just double check the map. No, I think you probably could. Yeah, you probably. So let me just.
Okay, that's not a place either then.
I would know from when we went to Bleakwash, there's a river to the south of there. Doesn't look like a big river, but it might.
What did the letter tell you to do?
Head south. Imp is inclined to keep traveling south, but to use the hills for maximum vision either side.
Not that I don't want you all to go on a 20-session adventure in completely the wrong direction, but perhaps reading the letter is a good idea.
You definitely said something about the star in the
Exactly
west.
what I have
right?
up right now.
You said something about the star in the west. So
Yes.
I think
Astral.
the star is Earth or
Yes.
Airedale, or that's the origin of whatever's going to save whatever's going wrong. I think we just keep heading south.
Yeah.
Okay, new day. What pace?
Normal.
Keep it at normal. We want to head towards another river if we can.
Okay, so choose a tile.
I think we want to go into the mountains, right? So if we go southeast,
That's a good point, actually.
then we
Yeah,
get
we've got lots of
river.
food. We'll find more rivers
Yeah,
later.
we will.
Yeah.
It's fine. I believe in us. So yeah,
Is the one in
hopefully agrees.
not foraging anymore then? Because then
can't-
they can go.
And we've
Go
got
for it.
rations
I want
to
into
survive with
well,
it.
a one in might be able to, but it'd be a check.
Yeah, one
Okay.
can forage, can attempt to forage.
It's just
as
not
per usual.
automatic.
But yeah, it's not
Okay.
automatic.
I can also lead and do perception.
I mean, we do have rations to survive for a bit without foraging
Yes.
as well. So
Yeah, about
Yeah.
2 weeks worth each.
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one's got a little bit more.
yeah, same.
So I will leave that one up to the Tord to decide.
I ain't seeing any rivers.
Almost like I've ended the map here for a reason.
Dun, dun. That's where
Yeah.
Nick's hiding the dinosaurs.
That actually is the direction to the dinosaurs, yeah. But so that cost you 4 tokens. So you still have
Of 7.
5 left.
Anything on this tile?
you can point.
No, nothing on this tile. As I said, you're running out of encounters, but you do have some. You do have some, but okay. Go into the next one. I'm just getting my list of encounters up. Okay. In this one, you approach a quite steep cliff face. This is about 200 feet up of a climb. It looks like you can go around it, but it's going to be probably going to take you twice as long compared to climbing it. But the climb looks unsteady. There's rocks sort of trickling off it, and occasional like boulders on the ground around you. How do you approach this?
Good news. I have rope and pittance. We could,
It is good news.
if somebody's confident, we could tackle this climbing.
You have
We just need somebody
rope
confident
to get all the way
lead.
up?
Well, we don't. What we strictly need is somebody that's really confident to lead, and then between us all, hopefully, if somebody does fall, we hold on to each other and the pittance.
Right. So, does anyone have a decent strength score? Because I don't.
this is athletics. I'd be
Yeah.
rolling this at a slight disadvantage.
Yeah, I've got +4 athletics, so I can lead. I also have rope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan.
So you're going to be leading a group action, basically, on this, because you're all climbing together.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we are going to... Yeah, I'm going to do it slightly weird. We're going to do it like a group action, like group stuff. So everyone's going to roll. We're going to count successes and failures. Because Aegis is in the front and has all of the rope and all that, I'm going to count their successes as twice and their failures as twice.
Oh shit! I've got my exhaustion.
Oh no.
And you sure are tired.
This'll be fine.
I'm sure.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So do I.
if you succeed, 2 successes. If you fail, 2 failures. If you crit, 4 successes.
+4 disadvantage is basically a straight roll.
Yeah.
I'll be fine.
So, yeah, let me get athletics checks from all of you. Strength athletics checks.
I say
16.
scrappy rolls for initiative.
12.
12.
Oh no. 5.
5. Okay.
17. Even with my
17. Very good. The DC was 15. So that means Talia, 1 and succeeded. Aegis succeeded twice. Imp has failed. And I think... Did Hayes fail there? I think Hayes failed. with
Yeah,
12.
I
But
rolled a
that is-
13 and I've got a -1.
That is 3 successes still. So you make it up. It's
Hooray.
tricky, and you know, Hayes and Imp, you both lose your footing a couple of times, but Aegis and a 1 and are able to pull you up, and grab you and catch you as you're falling, and take all the weight, and you climb on up, and you're up there. You've not lost any time at all.
With the dog strapped to a one and's back.
With the dog strapped to a 1 and's back, yeah.
And the barrel of
Spare rope
water
is
on
fine.
Aegis'
And the
back.
barrel of water and everything like that, all just going, ah! So yeah, 100 XP shared between you for making it to the top. And up on this summit, you can see a bit more.
Ooh.
Hang on. There you go. I've got to do it in the middle, otherwise it doesn't lock in place.
I mean, we can see over the other side of the mountains.
Okay, that looks like a forest.
Ooh,
That
I
looks
see
like a
water.
river.
Oh, water.
Success.
So, because you're really high up, you can see a bit further along.
All right, I guess we aim for that river then.
Sure. How many tokens you got left? It was 4 to go through the hills, and then you did another
3.
hill,
1.
so that would be another 4. 1 left.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna have to stop for the night up in the hills, but you're high up now. It's kind of chill. You've got a good line of sight on everywhere. This is pretty good. Give me an order for your chill times. Who's on first base, etc., etc.
Same as we've been doing it for the rest, I would presume.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
Jesus, I just
And
Got 1
we'll eat a
second.
ration.
tossed my D4 straight at me.
Nom,
Oh, yeah.
nom, nom.
Ration down.
I will make a note of my second ration going away.
Yep.
+1 for vintage.
Okay. Oh, Talia, you were a 1 and you were foraging, right? Roll me a survival check, and we'll see if you manage to get all your stuff back, basically.
Oh, wasn't I leading?
Oh, were you leading?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. Okay. Well, in the future you can forage instead of leading, and that won't be a problem. For some reason, I thought Hayes was leading, but so overnight
Massive, we haven't actually had to make any perception checks yet.
I made one person make one early on. It
Okay.
depends what you're encountering, basically. If something's approaching you stealthily, then you have to make it. If they're just walking along, you see them automatically.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so this one is a 1 in. A 1 in, you hear in the night, while you're keeping watch, this swarm of birds, and they're cawing. They sound like crows, and they rise up over the cliff top. And there's tons of them. It is thick with crows, and it's just going as they fly over you.
Can I see if there's like something spooking them?
Yeah,
This
sure.
way?
So if you go over to the cliff edge, because that's where they're coming up the cliff edge. If you go over to the cliff edge, you look down, And you can see in the hills below, where you were only, a few hours ago, there is a creature. Turtles. Have you got dark vision?
I don't believe so.
You can hear rustling down there.
Wow, the GMPC's here.
Hey.
Yeah, without dark vision, you can't see down. Because it's pitch black at night. But you can hear
It's not
rustling.
vintage.
Do
Get any
dogs
more out
have-
of hearing or smell?
Oh, they do get more out of hearing and smell, though. Yeah, because they've got keen hearing and smell.
Yeah.
So, vintage. Roll me a perception check for vintage with advantage because of using the smell. I think this is a smell vintage would be able to pick up.
16.
16. Okay, vintage starts snarling. But you don't, of course, speak dog.
No.
Or woof
I
as the
don't
official
speak
language
wolf.
is listed. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you should get a party member who does have dark vision.
Or anyone who can
Yeah,
speak with
I
animals,
think-
I suppose.
Damn it,
Can
Tattle.
anyone with us? Yeah, I was gonna say, can anyone with us speak to animals? Yeah, wake up, imp.
Okay. You go wake up Imp.
Yes.
The dog hears something. It smells something. Down there, pointing
I'll
towards the cliff
do
edge.
your job for you. I'll go and look.
Okay, you go and look, and you see a creature there. Like a human, on all fours, hair growing out of it.
Okay.
Moving around very, very quickly.
Are we aware of what this is?
You've heard tales, I think, any human in any, or humanoid more accurately, in any sort of fantasy situation has heard tales of this kind of creature. Very few have encountered them because very few live to tell the tale. But you know to fear the howling in the night.
Is this a werewolf?
Sure does seem like it.
Is it
That
a full
was the pun I
moon?
was making.
Is it a full moon? Well, you see, that's the thing about werewolves. They don't actually need the full moon.
Ah, okay. We learning. I don't think I want to fight that.
Yeah, no.
So, my recommendation is that whoever's on watch keeps an eye on this wall and wakes everybody up if it looks like it's going to climb. I wish I could just shove it off and watch it fall to its death, but I don't have that capacity. Working on it.
All right, Mufasa.
Orange tiefling energy in the house.
Actually, I wonder if there isn't something we can do. Full
How far
damage to
away
that
is
kind
it?
of thing. Yeah, how far down? It's got to be within, was it 60 feet, I think is dark vision?
Oh, then it's at the bottom, so it's technically 100 feet away from you. So you've made some assumptions, some very, very astute assumptions. Imp also has keen hearing and smell.
60.
Yeah.
Yep. Warlocks are known for their wisdom.
It's sniffing around where you were before, like it's trying to pick up your scent.
Oh. That's concerning. Yeah, I think we, for the remainder of the watch, keep an eye on down there, and if it disappears, consider what we do, but otherwise, just make sure it doesn't climb.
Okay. You do that,
Okie dokie.
and it does not manage to climb up. But it's an uneasy sleep that you get that night. But brand new day. What's the pace
Hooray.
and where are we going? And who's leading and who's foraging, etc.
Can we see any sign of the werewolf that was sniffling around at night?
No more sign of it now.
Oh, great. Can we take any steps to, I don't know, can the ranger do anything to make sure it's not following us?
Do we know if it would still be a wolf, or would they have reverted to their human form?
I don't think you would know.
Humanoid. We don't know.
No, I think this is one of those legendary things where you're not sure.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
I would actually think that maybe a 1-in should not forage, because a 1-in's got the best eyes of the lot of us.
That is true. Okay,
So we've got plenty of rations.
that's true.
Yep, yeah,
that's true.
we're good for rations.
And you can see a
We're making
river
good
ahead
time.
where a 1-in will be able to provide food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get to the river, we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
so travel pace.
This one, I think, unless anybody disagrees.
And what pace?
Normal.
Normal again. Okay,
Yeah.
so 9 more tokens. So that one is going to be hills again, so that's another 4. And I will give you a little bit, because you're sort of going at the same height, I'm going to give you a little bit more fog, but not as much as you got earlier.
Oh, more river.
Promising.
Oh, more river.
I will have a go at foraging. Someone you might
give
as
it a go.
well.
Roll me survival.
6.
6. You
I am
do
not good at
find
this.
anything, I'm afraid, with a 6.
I find rocks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found cool rocks.
But in this one, you don't find anything in this hex, and also you don't have an encounter in this hex. You're able to move on.
Hooray.
You have 5 tokens left, and the next one would be a 4 if it's actually, yeah, in any direction it'll be a 4. So pick where you go.
I'm inclined to keep moving south.
Yeah,
Again,
okay.
unless anybody disagrees.
Yeah, that's
So you start coming down a slope, and you're heading towards forest, and it's quite a thick forest. But you can see from up here, there's a couple of rivers from your high advantage. There's a couple of rivers in this forest, so perhaps you're going the right way after all. Yeah, as you come on in, and presumably you're staying the night here. 1 token left over. And I'm just going to pick one of you at random because it's only going to happen on one of these watches. This time it is Aegis.
Ooh, it's a morning.
And yeah, you hear skittering in the brush in the forest ahead of you.
This better not be bloody spiders again. I do not like the spiders. I am going to ignore it.
Yeah? Just sit there. Yeah? I mean, they may not have even told you about the risk of a werewolf.
Oh no, we absolutely would have.
No, we
would have been
absolutely
the
Okay.
Werewolf
topic.
Werewolves do not skitter.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
mean,
fair.
They may not believe us since werewolves, legendary.
Yeah, plot twist. Tassels travelled south to torment him again.
Just say no. Just say no to the call to adventure. Yeah.
I will keep an eye out in case that skittering comes closer or comes towards us, but I am not going after it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Just refuse to participate. And it's fine. Eventually, that skittering sort of moves around in a couple of other locations, and then out of a bush hops a little bunny rabbit.
Oh,
Ah,
hi, bunny.
wait, I've seen Monty Python.
And it lunges. Roll initiative. No,
Ah.
you're fine. You're fine. It's just a little bunny rabbit. And then eventually it hops back in and goes off.
I chase it.
Yeah, if you're chasing it, you can. Okay. Well, it's a new dawn. It's a new day. You've got forest to head into now. And you're well rested again. You've got 1 leftover token. Normal pace still?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Move yourself into a new
I'm gonna
token
be
and I'll
foraging
update the
now.
fog.
Forest is 6. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Following
By the
that
way,
river.
Hayes is now acting a lot more comfortable than she was before. Now that we're in an actual forest,
Hey,
who knows why?
interesting.
Like it.
Oh,
So you're in the forest.
These
so
things
that's
aren't known
6
as being
tokens
very
down.
forest inclined.
Indeed.
one is also much more comfortable being at the water's edge again.
Yeah. So you're able to just automatically get 10 rations worth of food, which probably refills some of your like expended rations as well. Actually, no, it doesn't do that. I remember by rules it does not do that, but you're all able to eat and drink, so that's all fine.
Yeah.
Hooray!
So that was 6 tokens. You had a total of 10 for today, so you've got 4 left over, and you have to have a nap again.
And we'll fill up the barrel of water again.
Yeah, makes sense. And this
I'll
time
let
it is a 1 in.
the wolf have a
Something
break.
happens too.
Oh no.
Oh, hello.
Don't like it when Nick says that.
A 1 in? Can
Uh-huh.
you give me a perception check, please?
Maybe
I'm going to contest it with a stealth check.
22.
Well, you don't succeed.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Ow.
You feel a pinprick in your neck, and you look at it, and there's a little dart with a feather on the end.
Uh-oh.
And that's all you see before everything goes black and you crash to the ground. And Vintage is with you, obviously, and starts barking immediately. So everyone wakes up, but one of you are unconscious. And everyone else, you start waking up, and you can hear a voice. I say, settle down, beastie, settle down.
Immediately have a crossbow.
You're out with crossbow. Do you come out of the tent?
I do.
You emerge. Okay. You see an extremely well-dressed gnome with 1 foot on a 1-inch shell, trying to with a clearly a lot of stuff. A heavy crossbow. Not heavy, a light crossbow because he's a gnome. Trying to sort of push Vintage away, and a net and some rope, and is trying to tie up a 1-in. Sees you and goes, I say, do help a fellow out, would you?
Hey,
You've
he
got to
seems
the
like
count
the
of
adventurous
3.
sort. Would an archaeologist recognize him?
You would recognize famous halfling, not a gnome, halfling naturalist Thodrick Pennywhistle.
Naturalist? He's naked?
No, naturalist, not naturist.
What? Famous naturalist. That name Nick just said.
Thodrick Pennywhistle, indeed. Come over here and help me out with my latest catch. And he's tying
I'm
up.
afraid I'm going to have to ask you to relinquish my friend.
Now. I'm happy to share the discovery. We can all have our names on this.
My sapient friend with free will, who I am going to drown you if you do not take a step back, famous or not.
He
I
takes a
buy
step
a
back.
warning shot.
And a warning shot goes over. No, roll me an attack roll.
Yeah.
If you miss, it hits him.
Natural 20.
Yep, straight over the head. He steps away. Now, hang on a second. I've been tracking this quarry for some time. I don't know if you're aware. Well, I mean, you're aware of me. Perhaps you're aware of my work. I'm the senior researcher in dinosaurs. And I caught this one weeks ago, investigating the bones of these massive creatures in the cliffs near Bleakwash. And you know what they are, though?
Oh my god, you're one of those
they're
cultists. I shoot
related.
again.
They're related, aren't they? This is a new dinosaur that we have never seen before, and I've captured a live one at last. Thodrick Pennywhistle is going to be famous. My name will be shouted throughout the halls of Garaki and Pavagalosh and all that.
Have you never met a turtle before?
What do you mean a turtle? This is very clearly a dinosaur.
Okay, can I roll something to just speak scientist at him?
Yes, roll me intelligence, and then shall we say nature? I think makes sense for this one.
Yeah.
Not persuasion?
Tell you what, intelligence persuasion. Yeah, intelligence persuasion.
Oh, yeah. So sad I mixed the noble background for this character now.
Can I give her any sort of advantage with another warning shot?
No, if it was intimidation, maybe, because that you're not helping particularly with the scientific argument with the extra warning shot. I mean, you could do another warning shot if you want, but
It's not
going to assist. Thodrick goes, dash it all.
That's an 11.
An 11. What sort of mumbo jumbo are you talking about? This is very clearly a dinosaur. Look, scales, eyes, bit of a shell and a tail. Very clearly a dinosaur.
Does it look like it's related to birds to you?
Well, of course not. That's why it's a dinosaur. Dinosaurs don't even look like birds either. I mean, you'll see the bones. Birds don't have bones. It's nonsense.
Birds don't have
bones.
You hurt my tiefling heritage.
I don't expect lay folk as yourself to quite understand, but this is a marvel, a living dinosaur.
All for murder. I
don't really believe this guy's credentials as a famous naturist. No.
Oh, must be an imposter. We should kill him.
No, hang on. What's all this talk about killing? This is a scientific marvel. Why are we not celebrating? Your names will be in the history books.
Okay. Let's list out the facts from our perspective. You've woken us up. You've knocked unconscious our meal provider, and you keep talking nonsense that is, frankly, very irritating.
No, I
The
don't
only
think you
reason-
understand there's money involved as well. The speaking circuit alone will be fantastic. Are you
don't
aware
know
of
what
speaking?
you're talking about.
You have my attention.
Oh yes, there's so much money in it. You can go up and down the continent, really, into any nobleman's house and just talk about dinosaurs. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a lot more effort. I don't want to do that much traveling. I just want to be able to go home and run my empire. I'm back to murder. Votes.
A one in, make me a constitution check, please. Or save that. A constitution saving throw.
Wow. This gentleman is quite prominent. I don't see any reason to murder him, as long as he leaves us alone.
He wants to take a 1 in. Like, that's not leaving us alone.
Yes.
Can any,
That's an 8.
can any of us reach a 1 in?
You're
while
still
they're in
unconscious.
net?
Yeah. Have we actually closed the distance now? We stood next to him, or is
Oh
he?
yeah, you can approach. Like he's a little worried about him because Imp keeps firing a crossbow at him. But otherwise, the
Okay,
rest
so-
of you, he just assumes you're going to have a pleasant conversation.
Yeah. Hayes walks up to him and says, "Now look, my friend is well, my friend's a bit twitchy, shall we say? Now, I think I actually heard from what I understand, another friend of her. I mean, their idea of a friendship is ambushing one another in their sleep, so I'm not really sure what's going on here, but look, this is our friend. They are sapient. They are not quarry to be hunted. And if you do not give them some sort of antidote or let them wake up, we might have an issue here.
Roll me
Now,
intimidation.
fellow yeah. Okay.
That I can give advantage with.
You definitely can with the crossbow shots. You just fire another one. In fact, roll me another attack roll. I want to know if it
Okay.
misses or hits.
Oh, that's what's the plus? 7, so 9 total.
Use your inspiration.
That's a 16.
No, I don't think I'm gonna.
you shoot Thodrick Pennywhistle.
Yeah.
Okay. It goes straight in the leg and it's like, good
Now,
lord,
as,
what?
as a fellow academic, I can understand. There has been many archaeological discoveries I've been less than ethical with, but look, did you miss the part where I said friend?
But I've done nothing wrong. I don't understand why you're doing this to me.
If you've done nothing wrong, why have you taken an arrow to the leg?
I don't know, and it rather hurts, and is bleeding a fair bit.
My idea of
If
friendship
you're
is
taking an arrow
moving
to
people
a
that kidnap them.
And he
Can I-
looks and goes, look, all right, very clearly this has gone horribly wrong, but can I just take the dinosaur? Is that okay?
No.
Can I reach a 1 in yet?
Yeah, you can go straight up to a 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a 1 in out of the net and kind of give them a tap to see if we can wake them up.
A dimension of being allowed to take a 1 in, I fire another warning shot.
Okay, roll me an attack roll.
Can I just try and pull the dart out?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah?
19.
19, okay, so it goes sailing over his head. He's like, you're all thugs, you're ruffians, I say. You're science-hating ruffians.
Oh,
Dinosaur
this.
deniers.
you know this. I'm so happy.
How dare you?
So I will
How
inform
dare you?
the academy. They will know about this.
How dare you?
And says, before I go, has anyone got a bandage? This is really rather dire.
You dare question my integrity?
Yes, you won't let me have a dinosaur.
Don't think we should let him go until he sees that a 1 in
Yeah.
like a person.
I get
Okay.
everything I want.
Yeah, Hayes is just going to don the glove and just grab his face.
Ah! What? Why? What's happening? I just wanted a dinosaur.
You know,
It's a natural one, though, so she presumably misses.
It depends. Were you trying to attack him?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
It was
yeah.
with the electric glove, so I was trying to cast shocking grasp on him.
Wow, you were going to electrocute him in the eyeballs. Wow. We've got the evil party out right now. Like, arrow through the lip. Like, I note, by the way,
She's
that
had, she's had her
his,
credentials questioned.
his attack was explicitly non-lethal.
Have we woken a 1 in yet?
Yeah, I think a 1 in. You're now groggily coming to. You're waking up as well, and it's chaos around you. Like Vintage is barking. For some reason, Aegis is holding a net, like right next to you. Imp is loading another crossbow bolt. There's a halfling screaming, and Hayes has got like an electrical gauntlet over his face right now. How do you react to all of this, Awanin?
I kind of think I'm gonna use shell defense.
just nope.
I'm
Nope.
done with this
Does not help
shit.
the case at all.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell this person that you're a person, please, quick.
Thump. You see,
Crack my head out, say, I'm a person.
you hear a
Back in the shell.
please let my face go. I need that for the talk circuit. You understand?
You promise to look. You just heard our friend there is a person. Would you stop treating them like quarry to be hunted?
Fine. I'll leave them alone for now. But you'll see,
Now?
dinosaurs are not tame. It'll turn on you.
They're a
Right.
turtle.
And when it does, I'll be there to put it down.
Go look up turtles.
Keeping in
Severely
mind.
tempted to bite this person.
As you go
That
in,
was
it is
awesome.
going to use Misty Step to jump out of your grip 20 feet away and start hobbling into the forest and muttering in loud halfling. What shame has befallen to the Fodrick Pennywhistle name?
As he's walking away, I can call like, since you've now decided not to take our friend, you could join us and we could maybe get onto better talking terms for like the remainder of our rest.
Join you say? Do you have any bandages?
I
No,
can
but we
fix
can
your
improvise
clothes.
something.
Starts hobbling back. This really hurts. Every single step is agony.
Well, yes, I'm good at what I do, and you were pissing me off, so.
It looked like you were trying to miss me, actually. He gets up to you, he's like, please someone heal this bolt that is sticking out of my leg.
I cast
You're-
mending on the bolts. Just a joke, I don't have mending.
I have mending so I can fix the clothes, but I don't think that works on people.
Does no one have healing?
I'm not
Me
wasting
earlier,
spell slot on this
to Ben.
idiot.
Don't worry, no one heals in D&D and now.
The only person who I was explicitly aware could have had a healing spell would be a 1N.
Yeah, no.
Can I just try and bandage up the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, you can make a medicine check. Bandage it up.
Spear rags. Some water.
That's an 11.
Just about
we do have water.
succeeds in bandaging up. He's like, oh, thank you. You know, you're of a scientific mind, right? I mean, why are you traveling with a dinosaur?
Well, first of all, I do not. Well, biology isn't my specialization. But I do know of nature. Wait, can I be certain that one isn't a dinosaur?
Roll me nature.
That's a 23.
You're reasonably sure that a 1N is not a dinosaur. Like,
Yes. Look, dinosaurs are, and I just list a bunch of characteristics dinosaurs have based on what's. But I know sort of about what dinosaurs are because there are bones nearby. So
you know that they have bones. You've not studied them much.
yeah, that's. Now look, I mostly dig for artifacts, but dinosaurs are extinct.
Well, that's why finding a
Portals.
live one like this is such a rare find.
Portals are not dinosaurs. They're people.
What is this
Have you never
total
met?
nonsense you keep talking about? I know what a turtle is, and they're small.
Portal, humanoid tortoises, just like our friend Imp there and myself are humanoids with demon heritage. They are humanoids with turtle heritage.
I don't believe you. I've never heard such rot in my life. Utter
Does the one
nonsense.
speak at all during any of this portion of the rest?
No, I muttering, yeah, they sure are stinky, because I've misheard extinct as dinosaurs stink.
See, you know about your fellow dinosaurs. Tell me about your dinosaur friends.
They don't have shells.
Did you kill them all, the ones that you found in the bones? Did you go back there to mourn their passing?
I went there to look for fish.
Yes, dinosaurs eat fish. That makes sense to me.
Are there fish in this river here?
I don't know. I'm after bigger game.
I know I'm asking the DM.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. Trout, that sort of thing. No, not trout. Something smaller, I think.
It
I
doesn't
don't know
matter how
enough
big it
fish,
is.
but yeah.
The plan is try to have fish command again.
Okay, you take control of the fish.
And make it leap out and slap him in the face. We just kind of point the trident at the water and then flick it over towards him and bonk the fish in the face.
Astounding. That's why the bones were by the ocean. Of course.
Like, I don't know much about this sort of stuff and science and nature and things, but do dinosaurs talk?
Well, we don't know. We've never seen one alive until today. It's rather marvelous, isn't it, Master Dwarf? You could be famous, you know.
Do you capture and present things that talk?
Oh, once or twice. Parrots and the like.
Yeah, this a one in here is a bit more intelligent than a parrot and the like.
Are you sure?
Hang on, what's a parrot's intelligence score?
I mean, probably okay. I'm just checking.
It's 2. Yes, I'm more
You go.
intelligent than a parrot.
It's very clear a one in is a person. You can't go and present a person as your scientific quarry.
What utter tripe. You're all delusional. Has the dinosaur cast an illusion on you or something? It's very clearly a dinosaur. What do you think it is? Like an elf?
Hang on. If I come with you to present me at some point, will you pay me
Yes, of course.
in money?
Well, of
be
course,
clear.
or fish.
Good point.
If you'd prefer money, I can pay you in money, though. You'll be worth a fortune. Of course I'll pay.
Do you know
Handsomely,
where
too.
Airedale is?
Well, yes, of course. That's where I've been following you from. Ever
Right,
since I
yes,
saw you at the cliffs.
The creepy stalking thing. Right, yep.
The last dinosaur.
Look, I know you're a fan. I don't normally do signings, but you've come back to Airedale in when did we say the goblins should return?
2 months.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah, if you come to Airedale in 2 months,
Very well.
And
I'll
buy me
hold
a
you to
lot
it.
of drink.
Of course.
We'll see what you can do.
This is kind of embarrassing, but could you sign something for a friend?
What? Oh, well, of course.
Yeah. And she produces a very tattered-looking journal, and it's just got the words. Let me just check my notes.
Also, I'm keeping your net.
Fine, it was only meant for you anyway.
Yeah, it's just got the words on the front of the words gear bolt, and there's something that begins with a B that's been smudged. But she just presents that. If you just sign the inside.
Okay, and who am I making this out to?
Oh, she thinks for a moment. make it out to the Moody sisters.
Okay. Dear Moody's, never give up. Never accept anything that appears contrary to your pre-existing notions. Science will win out. Signed, Thodrick Pennywhistle.
Yep. As soon as she gets it back and he's gone, she writes a note that just says, "What an absolute dork." Next to it.
Well, I must be off after you finish resting. It's like, and he's recovered a bit. Well, I must be off. I'll see you in 2 months.
Before he disappears, and while he's distracted by everyone, Imp will have made a point of somebody needs to go and check the perimeter. And then I want to make my way to his pack without him noticing and see what I can pull out of it.
Ooh, okay. Okay. So Thodrick Pennywhistle's a wealthy person. Yeah, okay.
While I'm out of sight, before I approach, I am going to cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
In the off chance that there's something magical that I can focus that.
There is magic, and you can get the aura, can't you? You get
If
the
I can
aura
see it, yes.
of abjuration on the pack itself.
Shit. Okay. Can I try for any pockets? Maybe there's a money pouch that's not in the pack.
You can certainly try.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will try.
The moment you touch it, a loud alarm sounds.
No, I wouldn't touch the pack.
Oh, it
like-
the pack is like the whole thing. It's like one of those big
everything.
like walkers packs. You know, the
There's
really giant
no
ones.
part. There's no part of his person that isn't covered by the abjuration that might be worth looking.
Oh, you
to
mean
steal from.
on him himself? You
Yeah.
want to pickpocket him?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's
Yeah.
completely. Sorry, he's dropped his pack. That's why I was.
Oh,
thinking
right,
that.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you want to pickpocket him, roll me. Let's go with Dex sleight of hand. I think.
Okay. Now I do not believe that I have a sleight of hand thing, but I will double check that. I do not. It's just my dex. Okay. That is 18 total.
18's good. Let me just go up for the passive perception of 12. Yes, you beat him. So you're able to take one thing. You pull out of a pocket a silver clockwork watch.
Excellent. And then
Switches
everything
it
else
up, right?
continues on as expected.
You get a feeling that watch is probably worth about 50 gold pieces.
Tasty.
So yeah, the night completes and Thodrick Pennywhistle disappears into the forest. So that was a 1 in complication. A 1 in, you now have a rival, Thodrick Pennywhistle. So when things go wrong for you, when there are complications in downtime, Thodrick Pennywhistle is usually the cause.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, I initially that was going to come in during the Predator, the Stalker. So it was like you're hunting someone and simultaneously someone is hunting you.
That would have been
Makes
hilarious.
But alas, the timing did not work quite so well. So I've been sitting on that one for ages, like, yes.
That was an amazing NPC.
Shit.
I told Goggles ages ago, it was like, I'm bringing Theodore Russell Belt into Nordmark. And I was like, yes.
Amazing.
Oh no. I swear to God, Nick, if you bring in phone ginging.
No, you're all right on that one. None of you have any
Yeah.
batteries. Okay.
I'm going to roll the Baxi bard with
Oh,
very
no.
high charisma scores.
Called Mingus. Okay. New day. I forget how many tokens you had left over, so I hope one of you remembers.
All of them.
Well, you've got them all now because you got a new day, but I think you probably had some left over, but I don't know. I don't know how many.
It was 4, then we moved.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so it was 4, then you moved. If you're moving through, it wouldn't have been 4, then you moved because it's 6 to get into forest. So it must have been 4 after you moved. So you've got 4 extra, which gives you a total of 13 for today, assuming normal pace. I'm going to assume you're doing the same setup as before. So move where you would like, and I will reveal some more fog.
Following which side of the river did we decide we were following, or?
I think we came from the north, right? So we'd be on the north side.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, it looks like there's a large concentration of rivers to the south. So if we just head south, just see if we can get a bit better view of that.
Yeah, and we would have had a view of that on the way in. So
Yeah, you would have seen that on the way in, yeah.
I guess we're crossing the river.
Okay, so with a river crossing, that increases it by 1, so this is going to cost 7 tokens. Okay, let me open up some more of the map.
And that works out perfectly because then we'd have 6 left for the next moves in the forest.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, is that?
Oh,
Oh,
That looks like it splits into 4.
it does a bit.
Sure does, doesn't it?
Let's take a looky, Lou.
Okay, today passes without any issues. And you have 6 tokens left, so you can go to the next one because there's no river crossing this time.
mm-hmm.
And rather
At this point, hold on, Imp gets out the letter. In the forest, surrounded by springs, water. Yeah, that's all I got.
Hey.
Can we tell which way the river's flowing?
the river is flowing from here along that way.
1, 2,
Okay, do we head upriver or downriver?
What's the next part of the letter?
1, 2, 3.
In the forest, that's the point we're at.
Yeah.
Surrounded by springs, water. Seek your queen and hear your future. So, spring. What does spring mean in terms of a river?
Source, right? So we want to go
That's
from
my
where it's coming
assumption. So my thinking is upriver.
I mean, it says at the nexus of 4 rivers, so maybe we need to look at the nexus first.
Yeah. Which
Yeah, I mean, we
think
get
is-
to the river and then we can follow it up. If
Yeah.
Yeah.
something happens when we get there.
So, do you want to head southwest or west?
Yeah, I think southwest, so we can look at the area of the river.
Okay then. Boop.
Oh wow, the edge of the map.
Yep, literally. This is the actual edge of the Nordmark map. The genuine one. At the edge of the full-on world map.
And we fall off.
So you've gone
and
that
we
way?
we
uses-
head
yeah.
south and we run into a party of weird adventurers.
Yeah, you do. That way Aetos lies. You don't want to go that way. Well, southern Aetos. Okay, you sleep overnight. This time, this time it is going to be Haze.
Okay.
Haze, you can hear a howling in the night.
Oh no.
And there is something out there rustling through the trees. It is scratching.
Hey, can I see anything?
Do you have dark vision? I think you do, don't you?
Let me just double check.
I mean, tiefling, surely.
Yeah. So if you've got dark vision, what you can see out there is rustling in the underbrush. And it's there's several sources of it. Some of it big and some of it small. The small ones, maybe it's like rabbits or something like that. There's something bigger out there. And there's also this howl. The howl seems further away though.
Hey, something's tracking us. Well, maybe. Hey, how far away is it? Does it sound exactly?
So the howling sounds like it's about 100 to 200 feet away. And some of the rustling is way closer than that. And some of the rustling is like 60 to 80 feet away.
Okay, I think I'm going to try and quietly just wake up the rest of sneak to everyone's tents and wake everyone up quietly.
Okay. You start waking everyone up. And as they're waking up, a wild boar runs through the camp and through to the other side. And it's squealing. And it runs past and into the forest.
Hey, does the wild boar attack us at all?
No.
Okay.
But maybe that's the sound you heard.
Hey, can I discern if that was the sound I heard? Like, can I just see if I still hear it or?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. And yes, I did check. My character does indeed have dark vision.
Yeah, I thought so.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you can still hear it.
Something spooked it.
Yep, I draw a crossbow and look in the direction from where the pig ran and just crouch behind something.
I hide.
Quick as a flash, past a humanoid on 4 legs runs as quickly as possible straight past you all after the boar. Do you do anything or do you let it run?
What does it look like, this humanoid?
Oh, it's a werewolf.
Okay, it is a werewolf.
It's gotta be a werewolf. It's humanoid, but the muscles are bulging and covered in matted fur, and it's
Is it
snarling.
the same werewolf?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and stay hidden.
Okay.
It does not want to fight that.
It's got its bloodlust up, and it runs past and disappears into the forest. And eventually, you hear the squealing of the wild boar suddenly cease.
Hey, so it's already eaten. Maybe it'll leave us alone.
Maybe.
I don't know. Have you heard some of those stories? Oh boy.
How much would we know of the stories of werewolves?
You know enough that they
Look-
are the terror of the night.
Yeah,
It's why you
they
stay in towns.
would they catch something and eat it, but still go after some humanoids for fundies?
No, that's unlikely. They're not sport hunters. They hunt to eat, and once they're sated,
Okay.
they'll probably have a nap.
Okay. Well, just let's leave the wolfman to his wolvery.
And another uneasy night, but you awake all whole and ready for another day. 9 more tokens. Where are you going?
Which way did the
Upstream or
river's
downstream?
flowing? From east to west or west to east?
It is flowing that way.
Okay. So
I think the consensus was to follow it downstream.
Walk
to
me
look
through the
to
logic of
find
this.
where it meets.
we wanted to go to the nexus of those 4 rivers, right? So where they're
And
meeting.
there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the nexus.
So here. Yeah.
Maybe. Looks like it.
I don't know. That doesn't have a very nexusy feel to me, but my inclination was to go that way anyway, to go upstream, because worst case scenario then is we travel a lesser distance to find out that's not where we're going, rather than a further distance to find out. that's
I'm not
where we're going.
necessarily
Yeah.
saying anyone's wrong. I just want to know what the logic
Yeah.
of going
Oh,
one
yeah.
way or the other is, just so I'm aware of what
Yeah.
your thoughts are.
If we go for the nexus and then we go for the source, where
Yeah.
we find the spring.
That's also directly south of Airedale.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I say we go east then.
So that's going to be 6 more tokens.
That's fine. Imp is not.
And nothing happens in this X either.
Dun, dun, dun.
But let me unfog the remaining. I think you've got enough to see those.
Okay. Maybe the nexus is to the north west then.
We could
Or maybe
Unless
we
that
need-
is the nexus.
we
Yeah,
could
unless we
move
need
just to one more square just to see.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I mean,
have to
bear in
see
mind
the
these
way
are
we've got
8-mile hexes. Like it's
Yeah.
unless you're in it, you're not going to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well go into the nexus. Like, saying that's what the note
Yeah.
said.
So you
But
spend
we need to
another night
Fix
anyway,
the rest
regardless.
Anyway, so yeah.
Nothing happens tonight, although you do hear a lot of howling. Where
Has
you go?
anybody
Okay.
been keeping track of the days, by the way? Because I completely forgot.
I'll go back through the
No.
VOD and
Okay.
track it. It's been a few.
Sorry.
It's been a few. It's been a long journey. People
Yeah.
are going to get some downtime. Yeah, where to?
Southeast then.
Move the token. That costs you 7 because you're crossing the river. And you find nestled at the tip of this little bit of land, you find an old cottage. And it is covered in vines and covered in ivy.
I have the same question as the last cottage we saw. As an archaeologist, can I tell anything about it?
This is old. This is properly old. It's not a style you've seen for, or you'd see in like a modern building at all. This may be 200, 400, 500, 1,000 years old. But it seems like it's not rotting or anything. It seems perfectly fine, like it's not decayed at all.
Like cut out.
It seems unusually well preserved for this style of cottage.
The front door opens slowly.
Can we see in?
It's dark inside. There's a little bit of candlelight, a little flicker of candlelight at the end.
An imp see in? Well, the,
Imp, you're looking at
the
a...
tieflings?
the tieflings, you're looking at a reasonably well-appointed cottage. It looks like a sort of botanist sort of place. It's nice. It's warm. It's well lit. It looks like a botanist sort of place. There's plenty of plants growing. There's all sorts of. It looks like alchemical ingredients, but actually you see there's plants in them. And you see their terrariums, terraria, I guess. And you step in and you hear a voice, a woman's voice from deeper in the cottage say, "Come on in. I've been waiting for you." And you step further into a parlor, and she is sat at a table. It's a small circular table, and she's holding a deck of cards. She says, "Sit down," and she places.
Oh no, we're in the intro screen.
You are in the intro screen. You see, I've been waiting for this, and I've actually bought a tarot deck.
Ooh.
And she draws 3 cards. Now, I don't know what these are going to be, and these are going to be the effects of basically this is what the story is going to be for Nordmark. So she says, "The near future for your town." She raises a card to you, and it is the devil.
Ooh.
What about the medium term then? Hopefully something, and her face falls. She raises a card, and it is the tower.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
You'll find one
Goodness, I
there.
so understand where this is going.
Better be
Is
a
there-
good one, Nick.
Hope for Airedale, and raises a card, and it is a pale rider on a white horse. Yeah, not looking too good then. The future of
Any of
Airedale.
those cards?
You then say, and one for each of you then, perhaps. See what your near-term future.
Hope they're better than
Who
that one.
wants to go first? Come, sit down. I don't bite.
I'll do that. Not in any small part, but because I don't trust the laptop right now.
Fair enough. Impenitent, is it?
That's the one.
You may call me V. She draws
I was
one
guessing
card,
that.
builds it up. Is the Wheel of Fortune. Write that down. I will tell you what all these mean, but I can't remember them off the top of my head.
The Wheel of Fortune, which I'm
Yeah.
actually going to have to physically write down because potato.
I can look it up. Destiny, fortune, success, luck, felicity. Next, shuffle.
I'll go next.
Okay. Hayes, correct. Oop, I've just dropped one. see what the future has for the floor.
Last time I looked, yes.
Future's not good for the floor. That was the fool. But let's see what card. Let's see what card. Okay. Somehow drawn the Wheel of Fortune again. Let's have a different one. Just gonna shuffle a little bit better this time. Shuffle a little bit
Our
better.
game show in our future.
Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Seems your personal fate is tied very much to Airedale. Raises the tower again. The tower, by the way, for those unfamiliar, is typically associated with disaster.
Been there,
Next.
done that.
Well, one in kind of just silently strolls over with the dog.
2 cards then, shall we? First, the Turtle. The Turtle, we're looking at the Hermit. Prudence. Also, and especially, treason. Corruption, roguery.
Okay then.
And what of the dog? Interesting. The Magician. And for the Magician, you have skill, diplomacy. Also sickness, pain, loss, and disaster. Self-confidence and will.
Interesting.
By the way, these will come up in encounters you're in the future. Consider these additional complications.
Not looking good for Hayes.
One last one then, Dwarf. Take a seat.
All right. Not sure I believe in all of this mumbo jumbo, but go for it.
You don't have to. It still happens. He shuffles for an extra long time because I also am shuffling for an extra long time because I'm bad at shuffling. Interesting. Holds it up. It is the sun. Possibly a positive one for once.
Unless you're in Liverpool.
Material happiness. Fortunate marriage. Contentment.
It's supposed to be the future.
You've already got this, yeah. That there you go. That's your card. So the new mechanic I mentioned would happen. I'm introducing, eventually, a Stream Loot's redemption into this game, where people can redeem to have a single card affect the outcome of whatever encounter you're in. They don't get to choose. I will draw a random card, and it will be from the minor arcana, the lesser, once per game, to suddenly alter the encounter you're in.
Excellent.
Fascinating.
Yes, because the Fates are now definitely interested, and so is the Queen of Nordmark. And she looks at you and says, so, you now know a little bit more about what awaits you. Any questions?
Queen? Really? This is not royal.
Empress seemed gauche.
Oh, I like you. Oh, it'll be fun doing
you
business with you.
When you say what awaits me, what do you specifically mean by me?
I mean, just about what I said, nothing more or less.
I don't really understand any of this. What do you want? Why did you want us to come here?
To know what would happen. I suppose I could have drawn the cards without you being here, but I feel the link is a little more important.
So what do you want now?
Really, I'm just interested to see what happens. It's all good fun that way, isn't it? But I will lend a hand to the tiller if things get a little too... And I know there are people at work, all sides of the scales, and if one gets unbalanced, perhaps it's best for me to step in, but I find it's best not to get involved.
Can I look for, across the course of all of this happening, look for any signs of any kind of arcane or divine shenanigans going on?
Sure. What would you like to use to do that?
I'm inclined towards, I don't know. It's either going to be religion or arcana.
Do you think this is more likely a god or a mage?
There was no spell casting going on because that would have been obvious, which means if she is pulling strings like in any kind of direct manner, it's going to be something a bit more than just your average wizard. Or she's a sorceress and just use subtle spell. So I'm going with religion.
Okay, roll me religion, please.
Okay, good roll. Plus 4, so 23.
Now roll me arcana.
Okay. 19.
You have found written in older tomes, the kind that usually have forbidden lore, talk of someone known as the Queen of Crows, who has lived for over 1,000 years and has gone mad with the time. A fortune teller and a mage and a god.
Huh. I say none of this. I keep it to myself for now, at least.
Oh yeah. Hayes also asks, what do you know about the cult that seems to have, well, I believe it was in Bleakwash, the town was called?
Yeah, we kind of murdered most of them.
She gives you a piercing look. I know quite a bit. More than you, I think. What do you want to know?
Hayes nervously, yeah. What are they doing?
They are digging up all the old power in the land. I think you can guess why.
Hayes nervously clutches her wrist, and there are a lot of reasons to do that.
Usually it all boils down to power, though, doesn't it?
What do you want us to do now?
Face your future, run away from it, simply continue. And perhaps we'll have another
I hope
when
so.
you've faced the disaster coming your way. If you're ready for it.
Maybe move a bit closer. This is a bit far to come.
You'll have
Yes.
far longer journeys ahead of you than the quite short one to get to me. Trust me.
Oh, and there's also some sort of lycanthrope in the woods. What's that about?
A lycanthrope? Not something from around here. Must be something new. Did you bring it with you by any chance?
We did run into one we did notice one in the hills.
And did you deal with it?
No, we just sort of hoped it would go away.
That's really not the attitude I would hope from any of you.
Works for the bunny.
Well, don't try running away from that tower card of yours.
I'm going to promise you two things. The first being, any problems like werewolves that need to be dealt with will eventually be dealt with. I do plan on making something of Airedale and its surrounding areas, and it's hard to do that if there are monsters roaming freely. The second being, once we've dealt with whatever this is, because I, for one, 100% believe you. We will be speaking again.
Do you 100% believe it?
Being as imp has a reasonable suspicion of her being the crow. Yeah.
Okay.
Near enough, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just double checking if I needed a deception check, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Oh, well, I've given you everything I can.
One
We'll
last
see what
question.
you make of it. Yes, Columbo? She says that in universe, in canon. She says that. I'm not kidding.
One is
She says
just
that.
kind of being.
Well, yes, the cottage does have 4 walls.
Owen has just kind of been staring into space for most of this conversation, thinking about something. Where will I go fishing?
She takes the cards and shuffles them and says, now that is a real question. That is a real question indeed. And she lays out one. She turns it over and she says, really, dear, I think you've known the answer all along. And she holds up a card and it's the world. You can go fishing wherever you want.
Owen kind of nods.
Nordmark is a new frontier, a wild, open place, and you appear to be creating the first dregs of civilization this place has seen in some time. Don't squander what you've got there. Any more questions?
Where can I find safety?
Safety. That's not a question I can answer. You've already found it.
He looks a bit happier at that.
Well, it has been good to meet you, and hopefully I'll see all of you again sometime soon. Try not to die, as difficult as that is. I've never done it. And she stands up, and as the chair pulls back, she vanishes. The cottage vanishes, and you are stood, all of you, in an open stretch of grass by the river. And that is where we're going to end today.